I believe that the reason God created man was for management.
Really? I have never heard it put that way.
The first thing is to be honest with yourself. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself.
God will never allow growth where there is no management.
Wow, wow, wow.
So instead of praying for things from God, pray for the management ability.
Everything I tell you is true. Everything I open my mouth and I say is correct because heaven directs me on what to say. Heaven will tell me and I will tell you it will come to pass in front of your eyes. Not behind you, you will see it happening.
God will withhold things from you if you cannot manage them.
When you look at the facts that something around 1 million people perished as a result of the actions of the British and Russian and Nigerian federal governments.
Vis-a-vis what we see in Nigeria, which is truly not, it should not be surprising. Look, what's happening in Nigeria is barbarous. It's horrible. I mean, it's complete madness, yet it's not a priority. The United States unilaterally could do almost anything it needs to do. It would be a long-term effort, but it could be done. And the United States has the capability. All the elements of power, we have those.
So why not?
It's not a priority. That's the problem. We are committed elsewhere in the world. Black West Africa is not a priority.
Anybody who changes his principles depending on whom he is dealing, that is not a man who can lead a nation.
They can't tell me. No way. When the time comes, it's okay. What stupid country is this? So when you see you try somebody's secret, when you like, you try a secret. When you like it's in public, what stupid country is that? What stupid country is that, I ask you? When you like, you try in secret. When you like, you try in private. They are killing my people. 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 After killing my people, you tell me to tell in secret. The person is mad. Completely mad. Tell Buhari, that's what I said. That he is mad. He cannot tell me. He cannot tell me. He's a madman. There's a contempt of court proceedings here. Contempt of court. They don't obey court order. They don't obey court order. You're telling me secret trial. Is the person mad?
I, Nnamdi Kanu, will sacrifice anything sacrificable to make sure that Biafra comes.
We hereby declare no election, no 2023 general election in Biafra land. This no election in Biafra land has been activated. We are going to make it a task that must be done by every Biafran. All measures will be put in place to make sure the adequate civil disobedience is implemented to stop the election in Biafra land.
know the meaning of discovery? It means to bring to light something that is buried on the ground. If you can accept that, then you know that Biafra is coming. There is nothing man can do about it. It's too late. Way, way too late. The countdown has begun. Thank you all for joining. Good to have you today. Today is another day, and of course, the first working day of the week, Monday, 24th of April 2023. I want to welcome you to this live broadcast today, and of course, as usual, we glorify God and appreciate Him for giving us this opportunity to be here live and to talk to you today and to advance the cause of truth, to make sure that we establish the cause of truth and to make people understand what is happening around them, to sensitize Biafrans and to make you know what is going on with you and to understand the facts on ground so that you will not be misled by anybody. Because when it comes to freedom fighting, as Mazen Amdekanu have said it, truth should be consistent. And that is what makes us whiter than white and whiter than snow. Because if we think that we're going to get Biafra on lies, then we are going to be defeated. And that is why we have been seeing the issues and things going all around. And so far, we are still just at the bottom end of the whole thing. But we know that we are moving fast this time around because we are beginning to accelerate the facts of truth. Thank you so much, Conan, View Media. Hello to you too. I appreciate you. And I appreciate those who are also joining, watching all over the nations of the world. Please, as you join, please just like the video, share on all your social media platforms so that people can actually join and people can be part of this program today, because it's going to be very educating. It's going to open your eyes to so many things, and it's going to open your eyes to so many facts. We already have our guest in the studio. Shortly, I'm going to be bringing him on live, and he's going to be talking to us seriously today because our focus today is on him, and basically for him to clarify the air on so many things that have to do with Biafra. You see, sometimes we are too emotional about this whole thing that we forget our senses, we lose our brains and our minds. Rather than chasing after the truth, we begin to chase after things that will destroy us. And as long as we continue to toe that path, we will not have our freedom. That is why we have to establish the truth and make sure that our people are consistently sensitized so that they will always be on the path of truth. And then Chukokike will crown our effort and everything we do with the gospel of his truth and sensitizing us with what we need to get ourselves out of the KG dingy dungeon of the enemies. Thank you so much, Edith Nedu. Good afternoon from here. I appreciate you for joining. You know, always looking forward to your message also. Thank you so much all. And I want to thank you all, those who are standing on the path of truth, those who have come to post rubbish and all of that. Just stay there, stay put. We understand that you are all e-frogs, and all you need to do is to just jump from one platform to the other and post whatever you like. You don't like to hear the truth. You like to be misled. You like to be deceived. We enjoy you also. Stay there and watch. Keep posting. It is only by your post that we recognize how froggy you are and how you need to be delivered. And so we'll continue to tell you the truth until some of you will be delivered. Some of you will continue to display your ignorance and nuisance, constituting nuisance all over the place. But welcome anyways. Please share on all your social media platforms. But before I bring up our guest for today, because he's going to be speaking extensively on some basic facts you need to know. Some basic facts. Some of you, are just always moving by the wave. You just like I told you the other time that some of our people are already having this chicken syndrome. You know what chicken syndrome is? Throw the food here, they'll rush there and eat. Throw the food here. So Simon goes, throw the food here, they rush there, they'll eat. He throws the food here, they run, they eat. They don't ask questions. They don't ask questions whether that food he's throwing is leading them into where he's going to trap them and kill them. And the chicken just keep throwing the chicken, the corn. The chicken keeps going, eating and eating until it gets into the trap. And so that chicken syndrome will be healed by sense. So we're going to get you some information you need that will help you so that you don't get, dissuaded by people who are telling you all forms of doctrine, as Jesus said, all kinds of doctrine coming your way. You are established by truth so that when truth stands established, it identifies all the narratives of evil. And before I bring in our guest, there's a particular story That's not just a story, anyways, but a real stuff. We hear that one of our camps in Oguta, local government, is has been under attack for days now, and we hear that the men are being attacked. Although there's a particular attack that happened about 5-6 days ago, and none of them lost their lives, but their things were stolen, their bikes and other things were taken from them. And we hear that there's someone who is of the Nigeria's armed forces, these special forces, and his name is Tiger Base. He's one of those who is leading that attack in collaboration with one Debam. I don't know who that Debam is in that area. And these are people who are leading the attack on our men. And I don't know. Anyways, we are still investigating this matter to be sure of these things, to be sure who and those who are behind these attacks. But we still have information also that there are some men, some 3 names we have here now, right now, that are actually sponsoring that particular attack on our men. And that is Dr. Gideon Mweze, a former Oguta local government and APC apex leader in Agua. His name is Gideon Mweze. And we have Chidozie Ikwo, APC member, Barrister Chidozie Ikwo, okay, APC member, and of course Chief Ikechukwu Eziocha, popularly known as one more, a native doctor. These are the current 3 sponsors. These are the names that we hear are sponsoring. We're still going on to make sure we get the facts about these things. But we want to tell these people who are sponsoring attacks on our men, who were actually established to take care of the issues of the enemies of Biafra, and who are sponsoring these kinds of attacks. We want to tell them that you will not go scot-free, because you are going to pay dearly for what you are doing against our people. We are determined to get free, and you cannot come against our freedom. Anyways, we're going to give you more details on that the next time as we get more facts about these things. But that attack is going on at Oguta. So we're going to give you more updates. Without wasting time, we already have, I'm going to bring on screen our honorable guest today, Dr. Let me call him Doctor today. Dr. I shouldn't call him Doctor. Okay, all right. All right, we have Soronnadi. He's just a simple man. He just wants Soronnadi. You don't need all these shenanigans, all these guys who are looking for title as prime minister and all of that. We just have Soronnadi live with us right now. Appreciate you for joining, and please welcome to the program on Biafra Global Network. Thank you so much for joining. So please say hello to the people.
Thank you for having me on your program today. And folks out there, I want to say hello and welcome to the program. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. That's brief one, and of course, a hello to the people. We are grateful and we are happy that you could make it today, honoring this program and honoring us today to talk to us. And the important thing is that we are here to serve Biafrans and to make sure that Biafrans know what is happening, and at all times would understand the concept of what is going on around them and what we need to know, and what has been some things that they need to know, and then also, of course, understand the basis of these things that they need to know, so that they don't get misled and misdirected. I just have some clips of some, information of, and let me just give the people some of this information. Pastor Livingston was in this particular place, and with you, although we have Pastor Livingston already in the studio, so I'm going to bring him live on the program. But before he speaks, let me just show this. He was there in meeting with you, and of course in your studios, and of course he actually was representing the whole of Biafra people who are standing on the truth in this program with Prince Ezem there. They are right there, and of course in front of the building. And I saw somebody posting that Pastor Livingston decided to take print something and put in front of his ministry, and put it Biafra to show people that it is his, to deceive people. It's funny. Anyways, we also have this, of course, of when they came to visit. This happened last week, Thursday, when they came over to the program. We also have this, one of the visits that Pastor Livingstone actually made, to the place. And of course, this is the building, this is the structure. And of course, I have just a very little clip of that particular, at particular. Snap on the back of the camera. The camera behind you. Go behind you.
He knows, he knows, he knows. Boy knows every inch of this place.
Guys from Hungary. Now, this is the Republic of Biafra Government in Exile House Live. This is a video of that studio in that particular office. So we have evidence of what we do. So when we talk about a Republic of Biafra Government in Exile, there is a location and people can see that human beings are in the studio. That is how you tell people that you have an office. You prove to people by being in the office. And of course, that studio we showed right now in that video is that it is that studio. That studio that actually has that entrance that Pastor Living were standing, in front and showing the people that sign of Biafra. Pastor Livingstone, you're welcome. We want to say hello to you. Please say hello to the people briefly, and then we run from here now.
Can you see me?
Yes, live.
And you can hear me?
Very well, very well, very
okay.
well.
So repeat what you said again, please.
Yes, I've just given the people, I've just shown the people, what they need to see briefly, of course, to prove that there is a particular Biafra government in Exile House, and which Mazin Namikano was supposed to launch before he was kidnapped, and then of course I've shown evidence and pictorial evidences, and then I have shown a video where you were sitting in the studio, right in the studio shelf there, and then Soronnadi and one other comrade sitting by your side, by his side.
Yes.
And of course, evidence of that. And so these are the evidences. And then we want to speak extensively about it. So please just take it up from there, because we are going to be asking Soronnadi critical questions today regarding this. Of course, so we all are going to be questioning him today. Thank you so much, Ken, for joining. We appreciate you. And before Ken says hello, please, Pastor Livingstone, if you can say hello to the people.
Okay. Hello, Biafrans. God bless you. We are here for the truth. Those people who are, I understand the mindset of our people. They want to believe Simon to give them Biafra. They are not wrong for wanting to believe. But the problem is, will he do according to their belief? And so it is not about him. It's about Biafra. And the man who set the template is Mazin Namdekano. And as you can see so far, he has proved himself to be true. So when we talk, we are not talking because we hate anybody. Some people even said, we're looking for promotion. Some people even said that because they refused me from putting my head inside the Biafran currency. I don't know where that one came from. Some others said, Simon saw how wicked we are, removed us ahead of time. He's the good guy. Well, what I'm saying, Biafrans, is that with time, your eyes will be opened and you will understand that this thing we have done, you'll be thanking God for us, that we stopped it so that we can get Biafra and God will be glorified. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Ken, I don't know if you can hear us because your network was down now, but it's full now. So if you can hear us, please just say hello to the people.
Yeah, let me say good afternoon from my location here. I hope you all are hearing me.
Yes, we can. Go on.
I'm just a little bit busy. That's why I couldn't put on my video. I'm doing something, but I'm with you people. So I'm greeting Biafran. So we are here with another exposition. And I hope the Biafrans that are with us today will learn more. And I just believe that they will turn up their mind to know that the people who are sitting here are not just people who need anything in this very struggle. Rather, they want to let Biafrans to know that they still have truthful people on this earth. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that. We appreciate you. Now we're going to be going straight to because let me throw the first question. I know Pastor Emeka has and Ken also has questions they would want to ask, but let me begin with Soronnadi today. Let me ask just this simple question. Please, can you tell us about the Republic of Biafra government in exile?
Okay, thank you. We have Republic of Biafra government in exile. Reason why we have Republic of Biafra government in exile, you can have organizations like MASOB, like any other organization. I'm just writing an example.
Remove it. Remove that one.
Yep.
Is it
Pastor,
clear
I don't
now?
know. There's something you actually attached to it, and it gave us that sound.
I'm trying to remove it. That's what I've been trying here since
Okay.
that time.
All
Yeah.
right. It's gone. Okay. So please go on, please. Sorry for that. Yes, Soronnadi, please just go on. Sorry for that obstruction. Yes.
Okay. Yes. There is a government. We have Biafra walls, a republic as declared in 1967 by our General Odumegwu Ojukwu, authorized by Biafra People's Assembly, by the elders of Biafra. He did not just wake up and declare Biafra on his own. He made inquiries. He got the people's consent. After all negotiations, he declared the Republic of Biafra, not Biafra Republic, two different things. Republic of Biafra. Biafra had a government, had a head of state, had a judicial system, had a currency, monetary system, had banking, had a mailing system, had police, had army, had a territory called Biafra. So, of all that's been going on, let me cite IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra. It operated in the form of an organization. Then you had a MASOB. It's operated in the form of an organization. Can you hear me?
Yes. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Then, but nothing was moving forward. The United Nations has their set of rules. If you want to get attention from United Nations, you're gonna have to come to them as a government. Let's say United Nations want you to become part of them as a member nation. It's not gonna be a member organization. It's member nation. So you're gonna have to have a government. If you want to talk to other international bodies like the EU, European Union, like NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, like other countries, or you want to talk to embassies, you will come as a country, as a government. So government business to government business, like B2B, business to business, kind of a transaction. So you don't just come as individuals or organizations. So we saw sense in this. So since Biafra was a republic, it wasn't just, it was recognized by countries, international communities. During that time, before Nigeria played a fast one, knowing that Biafra was on the verge of being recognized, they played a fast one and they rushed and they said they ended the war because they received a telegram from America warning them, declaring Biafra a no-fly zone. So they rushed and played a fast one and declared war ended. So that one, they fooled the whole world. So Biafra was a republic. So we come up with idea. We try to synergize all the factions or groups, who said they were fighting for Biafra. We came together and said, we're gonna come up with the idea of Republic of Biafra, not Biafra Republic. Republic of Biafra. Anywhere in the world is the Republic of the people. Republic of China, Republic of this, Republic of that. Not China Republic. It doesn't. That doesn't sound right. So we came up with the idea, and we gathered all the people, both GOS, autopilot. We brought them together, and then we came up with the idea of Republic of Biafra, and then the exile, the exile, the catchword there, exile, is that we are not operating from our own country. We are operating from abroad, where we are exiled. Understand? That way, when we go to the United Nations, they will listen to us as a government. We will have format. We will have a set of rules. We will have policies and all those things that are involved in governance. We will don that kind of dressing. That way, if they ask you, where is this, where is that, you provide it, and they know that you are a government. But because you are from a place where it is not conducive, where you are under occupation, so they identify you as a government. When they address you, they address you as a government.
All right. Thank you for that. When was the Republic of Biafra government in exile registered? Is it duly registered in the United States? And do you have the documents? And is it actually recognized by the government of the United States? Or have you ever carried out any activity with the United States government?
We are duly registered.
What year?
We are a registered government operating here in the United States and extending to the rest of the world. We are recognized by the United Nations. This is not boasting or trying to fool the people with that. We are duly, we have a office where we operate. It's called Biafra House, where we operate from. The rest of the BGIEs, they were supposed to be with us, but because of some issues with the people who were running those other BGIEs, they left to their own detriment. So we wouldn't let the candle light to be burning in the wind. We kept the light going. We kept the light burning. We kept the fire burning.
Okay, what year was it registered in the United States?
We've been operating under other guys like ABVET. We started as IPOB, and then after some time, we came out with the American Biafran Veterans Network. American Biafran Veterans Network is that because we served in the United States military at different capacities, different branches of the United States military. And because our origin, our background is Biafra. So we started operating from that realm. And after some times, after, military, we always go into fact finding. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Loud and clear.
Okay. We always do research. So there's always room. We find a way to improve in everything that we do. So it's those experiences we have acquired from the United States, from international community, that we want to bring into the Biafran community, the Biafran nation, to make it international standard. Let it not be like one of those African things. That is why. So we came with service orientation on our mind, with people orientation on our mind.
Soronnadi, I'm asking you the date when it was registered, because somebody is saying that why didn't you people register, establish it before Simon's stuff was registered? So I want you to specify the year it was registered in the in the United States.
It was actually registered. I'm not going to be exact on the year, so I don't make mistake. It was registered a couple of years ago. couple of years ago. Yes, a couple of years ago. We operated under ABVET, American Biafran Veterans. It was way before any other thing. The only thing that preceded it was the only thing that was above it was IPOB. We are members of IPOB, no doubt about that. We are members. We played active role, very sensitive role in the IPOB formation. They don't know. Don't mind them. They are dabbling in ignorance. Only if they will pay attention. It was Simon Ekpa that plagiarized what we did because he was in the social media. We have our social media. We were, by the fact, part of the social media for IPOB. All those things
someone is saying you are supposed to know when it was registered. Is it 2 years ago? Is it?
I'm not here to tell you. Don't interrogate me. I'm not here for your interrogation. If you want to know, I don't want to make mistake. I'm militarist. I'm going to give you exact. I don't have the papers here right with me. It was registered. I said 2 years ago. Don't get me like raise my voice. I don't like it.
2 years ago. All right.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to get. 2 years ago. That means it has been established, registered before Simon started his shenanigans.
The idea of the Republic of Biafra government in exile originated from us. Let me tell you the story, if you don't know. Now, I want you there throwing tantrums at me.
Please ignore them. Please ignore. It's good. Let them be there and continue as stupidity.
Listen to me. I'm not here to sway you. I'm not here to deceive you. Listen to me. You don't pay me. You don't know who I am. Except that you see me here. If I pass you by, you're not going to know it's me. Okay? We started this. Guess what? There was avid American veterans of Igbo descent, headed by Onya, Sylvester Onya, Sly, causing name Sly. We said people were asking us, why you don't, you American veterans, don't you come together so you can help in this our Biafra thing? I said, oh, that is a guy out there, the IB vets. It was a lady that told me. I said, okay, I'm going to look for them. Not AB vets, AVID, American Veterans of Igbo descent. I went and contacted Onya. They didn't know much. I said, Onya, we are veterans here. We're operating here. I'm happy that you have a bigger, but let us join you all together. So we work together. They accepted. I have the registration form here. This is one of the letters they wrote me and all that. I have it here. So yeah, look at it here. Look at the logo on it. If you see it.
That's right. Yes, I can.
Avid. So we came together. We started holding meetings. I called Onya. I said, I have guys, our guys on ground. Namely, that time, Simon Ekpa was out of the picture. He was doing his broadcasting thing. He was not fully inducted into IPOB. So he was doing his broadcasting that made, when our leader watched him, and he brought our leader into his program one day, and our leader said, listen to Simon Ekpa, he's doing absolutely a fantastic job that you should be listening to, not to be handed over to. Get the picture clear. So I had issue with DOS over Simon Ekpa. I told them, look, this guy, I like the way he does his presentation. Bring him on the radio. Give him a slack as recommended by our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Cut him a slack so that he'll be broadcasting through our studio. They don't know this. Nobody knows this. This guy, Chinasawo, had a problem with us. Chinasawo started saying, no, we're not going to let him unless he abides. That's the way they operate. the IPOB media team. I said, but this guy is doing a great deal of a job. He reports, he analyzes what he's doing. Let's let him. I cited the example of a football club. I said, take for instance, if there's a football club that is going down, if they bring Messi, who is a professional player, into that football club, Messi will help to raise the image of that football club. It will bring it to the top level.
That's right.
They said they didn't want to hear this. I then cited the example of politics. I said, since his voice is good, people are listening to his voice. This is me talking. This is me talking. I said, look at Obama. Obama was nobody in the politics of America. He was not there when Democratic Party was formed. But he came talking and people loved his voice. So they used him. They set me up front. And then he came from the bottom. And then he became the United States president. Let us give this guy. There was a big row between me and China Sanworu and Ofoma. Ofoma is the head of IPOB media in charge, but you don't get to see him. So they didn't like it. They said they started this thing. Now this guy just came on board. And then he doesn't want to follow their way of doing things. I said, okay, don't worry, never mind. We're going to let him. They didn't. Everything he posted on Facebook also, they will go there and, like, if you want to post his broadcasting time and date, they will go there and say, fake. Chinasa was doing that. He stamp it fake. So they started having problems. So Simon came out and started attacking them back. So people took pity on Simon. Because IPO, then after all that said and done, our leader got kidnapped. So it threw everybody into confusion. That was June of, I think, 2021, right? He got kidnapped and everything was disrupted. So Simon cashed in on that. He saw the loophole, the weakness of BOS. He cashed in on that. So now, Judge, back to what I was saying before, I introduced Onya, Sylvester Onya. He probably watching this thing now. I will talk on hours with him over the phone. We discuss. I told him a lot of things. I revealed a lot of things to him because I've accepted him because he posed as a commissioned officer of the United States Army, but he was old school. So I revealed a lot of things to him about the struggle. I educated him. What I didn't know, he had ulterior motive. So I introduced him to BNL, Biafra Nations League. He didn't know who they are. Not from Adam. I introduced him to Biafra National Guard, Innocent Rbgie. He didn't know who they are. I introduced him to a lot of other people. He didn't know nothing about them. So at some point, we had issue with Onya. Onya was operating under the guise of World Igbo, not World Igbo Congress, Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. He was itching for appointment, political appointment in Nigeria. Are you people listening?
Yes, we are.
No one is going to tell you what I'm telling you. Okay. And on my honor, as officer of the law also, I don't want to use the word law, because that's not my inclination. Listen, my friend, stop using that word scam. You don't know nothing that what transpired behind the scenes. Ask me and just listen and I will tell you.
Yes,
listen.
Yeah.
Yes.
These guys are, I call them e-frogs. So they are sent by Simon and other people to just come and distract, you know, during.
That
So
they
I
should, even if they send them on a mission, just listen. Listen, then you have something to hold on to.
They have to
listen. If they listen, they'll be convinced and they will know the truth.
You don't need
so
to
they
listen.
don't want to listen. They remain fooled forever.
Just allow them, please. Just go
it's
on.
It's a problem.
So, what happened? After all this introduction, I educated him. There were a lot of things. We met one United States senator in charge of. I don't want to sound unnecessary. Maybe.
Yes, Soronnadi, let me save you all those details, because of course we have come to establish that it has been registered over 2 years ago, and that organization, that government, system.
Biafra, Republic of Biafra government in exile. Republic of Biafra government in exile.
Now, Pastor, let me bring Pastor in so that he would ask some questions, because I know he has some questions he wants to ask pertaining to this. So, Pastor, let me hand over to you now.
I was gonna
before I ask any question, it's like he wants to hit a point. So can we just allow him? Let him just get the point.
Okay, please go on. Please go on.
I know you are trying to save time, Kelechi.
Okay.
I understand you.
Okay, no problems. I'll be brief. After all this said and done, Onya had a problem with us hosting the Biafran flag, the Biafran colors. He said these colors scares international community away from having to do with Biafra. Having served in the military, I know the importance, the essence of American colors. I said, do you know that a lot of people died because of this flag? Why would you keep it off from things that had to do with Biafra? Onya wrote us a letter that we no longer work together with him, and so on and so forth. This is how we fall apart with Onya. Onya ran to Simon Ekpa. Listen to me. Onya ran to Simon Ekpa and revealed everything. Connected Simon Ekpa to BNG, BNL, and a host of others that were unknown to them before.
Now, let me ask you a question there, sir. Let me ask you a question. You mean that Onya was actually with you, and then he now decided after he please explain that place well so that the people will understand what was his position, what was his role with you, and then because he was in custody of so many information that he now took over, according to you now, to Simon.
Onya was not pro Biafran, but he used Biafra as a front to deceive the people. He was pro Ohaneze. He was looking for something from Ohaneze and the World Igbo Congress. They are listening to me now. So we did fall apart with Onya. Onya went and joined Simon Ekpa. They are not together as I'm talking to you now. Onya handed over to Simon Ekpa all the people that I connected him to. Because I told him everything. I will refer to Onya. Say, come, let's talk. We will talk. Long nights with BNL, BNG, and all that. I said, this is my boss. And they said, okay. And along with other people, some of them have been killed. No joke. So Onya went and sold everything I gave to him to Simon Ekpa. This is how Simon Ekpa came to know about these people. He knew nothing. Simon was doing broadcast, was doing blogging. He was not in the struggle. Know that. So that notwithstanding, we came and brought all the people together, including Emeka Emekesri, the Lower Niger Congress guys, what's the other one? Alibo Foundation. I'm very active. So Autopilot, DOS, IPOB, and all that. We brought them together to synergize, to form a strong body. But Simon Ekpa has already fallen apart with DOS and all that. So we brought them together in a Zoom meeting.
Simon Ekpa was having problem with Umuada Biafra. The Umuada Biafra split into 3 groups. One Azoka and the other one, Bridget Okafor also, was with Simon Ekpa. One Rosemary and Ndidi Amaka were on their own. They joined ABVET. They joined us. So we were working together. We said there's no need, having these splinter groups. We need to synergize. So we there was one original Biafra government in exile. Biafra government in exile, not Republic of Biafra government in exile. Headed by one Mr. Ude or Dr. Ude in London.
Okay.
He has all the classified documents they made. And then Ude came on board. Okay, Ude, since you've been in existence for 15 years and you've been stagnant, what we're going to do, we need to start into full force the Biafra government in exile. Good idea. Bring all those sons that you have, bring them on board. We're going to form, unify, consolidate, unify. Ude agreed. We set up a meeting. Ude was not forthcoming in the meeting. We said, okay, we're going to have to move the headquarters of Biafra government in exile from London to America. You cannot fight your enemy from your enemy's territory. Britain is the arch enemy of Biafra. They are the architect of our headache in Nigeria. They support, they abet the enemy. Ude agreed. At some point, Ude flipped. He changed. Ude said that Britain is not our enemy. That infuriated everybody. So we said, what are you saying? He said that Britain is not our enemy. And then that he's not going to move from London. That the government, seat of government, is where the prime minister lives. We said, no. When elected, you go to the seat of government, like they said, headquarters. You go to the seat of government. You operate from there. Any conversation you make, any phone call you make, Britain is monitoring it. They're hearing it. They'll go and relay it to the enemy, the Fulanis. Ude refuse. When we call meeting, Ude will not attend. Then Ude will come there to issue orders. Or we found Ude guilty of dereliction of duty. Ude step down. Let someone else take over until further notice. Ude got infuriated, ran to join Simon Ekpa.
Wow.
And gave Simon Ekpa all classified documents. Simon Ekpa went on air and unleashed it, and people were clapping for him. It did not originate from Simon Ekpa.
So, sorry for coming in here. Before you continue, Biafrans, I want you to understand that you are getting the facts and details of activities that have been happening even before Simon, was brought into the mainstream and started doing the activities, carrying out the activities. You are getting the facts and details. And up till now, this was the time that Simon was we were trying to promote Simon and get him to, based on the fact that DOS has failed and these activities were happening, then the Republic of Biafra government in exile was already having an activity, and the Ude, who is in London, was told to come to the government house because that is where he was supposed to report from and operate from, because he's now but he refused, and then he decided to take all classified documents to Simon. And Simon, now, I want to ask you, Soronnadi, please, those documents that Ude took to Simon, were they supposed to be published in the media?
I used the word classified. They were secret documents.
Classified, yes, because I want the people to. Some of our people don't understand what you mean by classified. That's why you see some of them writing rubbish here. When you say classified, they begin to wonder, what do you mean by classified? They will say you are a criminal. For you using that word again, they will say you are a criminal for using that word, classified. So please explain to them, let them understand.
But Kelechi, I just have one question I want to chip in to help Soronnadi to analyze more on it. So this very person, Soronnadi called his name. What is that his name? Who was the former Ude.
Ude is the originator of Biafra government in exile.
Okay.
So when
no, I know, I understand. I mean Ude. So when Ude went to Simon Ekpa, I think that was the time when Simon Ekpa said that we have a prime minister of Biafran government in exile, that he will present it. That he will. Is that not the person?
Not yet. Not yet.
So let's just be patient and let him say what he wants to say, because when he's talking, don't interrupt him with questions.
Yes,
Biafrans want to hear this man speak. What he's going to speak is what Biafrans will take home. So let's just allow him download.
Yes, please, Soronnadi, sorry. When I cut you like this, there are some things you make mention of that I want you to harness and buttress. That is why
can we write that down? Can we write that down?
Yes,
so that when you finish it, we'll start asking questions.
Explain the facts of the classified documents more before you go on, please, so that they will understand.
The classified document is like a Biafran constitution. The way Biafran government is set, the pros and cons, the laws and bylaws, the titles of the leader of Biafra, Biafra currency, Biafra things, House of Assembly, Senate, how Biafra will be cut into provinces, how Biafran people will be ruled by themselves and decide on themselves, the center, the corners of Biafra and all that, the system of laws and all that. It was not supposed to be released, even though they didn't release the whole thing, they don't have it. That is partly part of it. A good thing. So once it got into the hands of Simon Ekpa, he went and boom. And people were clapping. Hey. That was not, everybody took offense at that. I'm telling you what is playing behind the scene. People, listen to me. You don't know me. So, later on, we called this guy, Simon. We had a Zoom meeting. So, are you all listening? Can you hear me? Okay, yes. Like everything went down like a graveyard.
Because you're lecturing us, we're listening. You're giving your story, so we're listening without interruptions.
Okay, I know some people might take offense on what I'm saying. It's not even time for me to tell all this. More is coming. You people will get to know a lot of things. And the people you call their angels, you might stone them at that point. So, we called Simon so that everybody worked together as Biafrans. So Simon came on the Zoom meeting. This was last year, not quite long from now. It's not far from now. Not quite long ago. That's what I mean. He came. He already had issues with all the Umuada. They split into 3 phases. Some of them were reported to the Nigerian authorities, DSS, by Simon Ekpa. They went and froze their account. You know what I'm talking about.
Say that again. Say that again, please.
You know, I'm military, so I don't like to repeat myself. So those things click in, I'll start getting, attitude. So the Omada split into 3 groups, multiple groups. There was one group with Ndidiamaka and Rosemary. They joined ABVET. There was another group, what they call the one with Simon Ekpa. What's Ndoka? Azoka, please. Joined with Simon Ekpa. And remember, there was Nelly prior. But these people, most of them were not in the struggle earlier on. So the other group was the Rbgie to Carfor and so on. They were on their own. They couldn't, hold together. So Ndidi and Rosemary joined us. We were doing things together. And it was going well. Until this issue of Biafra government in exile came. So but we brought Simon. Simon was there in the forum. He came. He was breathing so fast, he was not comfortable. When he looked and saw the picture of people sitting in that forum, in that Zoom forum, he said he ordered the woman, one that Rosemary and the Didamaka, to leave, that they were not in good terms, to leave the forum. Okay, we said, okay, but you have a lady with you, the Azoka. So if this woman got to go, Azoka got to also go. But it's good, let them stay, since we are all Biafrans. Simon swore that over his dead body, will he let those women stay? We said, okay, since women cannot be, this is guy, he's anti-woman. Since you don't want women to be in this thing, okay, Azoka got to go. So let it be men alone to talk. He said, no, over his dead body will Azoka leave the meeting. He stormed out of the meeting. We persuaded him to come back again.
So we can't hear you again. We can't hear you again. I think it seems you have a call.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now. Go on, please.
Okay. We persuaded him.
No, we can't hear you.
Stop calling me.
That call is distorting your voice. Please go on, please.
Okay. Can you hear me better?
Yes. You can. Loud and clear.
So we persuaded him again. He came back in. We said we need to put this together. That people are making jest of the Biafran epoch. He refused. So Onyi said, you all hear about Onyi, said one of us got mad and he fled up on Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa stormed out of the meeting with all the people around. He stormed out. So he went on air and started condemning Onyi, said that is it not that one that was fired by, how do you call it, expelled, right? They use the word expelled by our leader. He's a criminal. He's that. That is how Simon came out insulting every one of us, marketing to our people that we are criminals and all that. So in the government of Biafra in exile, we made another appointment of one Tony Nwisi. Tony Nwisi came and was required. There was a lot of things involved. That he's going to move from London to America, but under the condition of that we are going to pay him $80,000. And then he assumed the title of Lion of Biafra. We said we don't want titles and all that. So then he left in anger and all that. So we remained. We came out, okay, we're gonna sound different from what they are. We came out Republic of Biafra government in exile. So Tony Nwisi fell apart with Simon Ekpa. So Simon Ekpa came up. After he seen that we launched Republic of Biafra government in exile, he went and showed the world a video calling us drunkards, calling us all kinds of names. Nobody ever fired a shot against him. Nothing whatsoever. Nobody ever fired a shot or insulted Simon from our group. We made it like nobody should talk against Simon or so. Simon came pulling our legs, telling people that what we did, you're talking about photo. He said that our office, the one, Pastor Livingston, the one you went to, that is a Photoshop. That we did this, we did that. That nobody, he even decreed to his people, his followers, that whoever is caught with us will be banished or expelled from the Biafra thing. That's what it's. Nobody, you didn't hear anything about us. But what got me is when he went and made a Ponzi scheme house that he acquired a house. I went there to investigate. Yeah, you can. How can you buy a house from another continent in America and you don't have access to the house? You can't open, or you cannot open it. All you do is you look around, nobody's around. You went and put flag on there and telling people, oh, this is your house. Then now they can see Biafran flag is flying. Open the doors to the house. Let us see. Bring the documents of procurement. there's a lot of processes that have to go through before procuring a place, a property, or anything like that. You don't just say, we bought a house. It's not akara. You don't get, madam, give me one akara there, take 1 naira. No, it doesn't work like that. And I try to tell the people, I'm not saying don't follow him. You cannot be friendly as I am to Simon, then you people don't know. But even our leader, if I find out that our leader is doing something not right, I'll call his attention. Sir, did you know this one you said like this? If he had done it this way, it would be good. And our leader have listening ears. He's a down to, if you say with him, you know what I'm talking about. He will listen to, he have good listening ears. A good leader have good listening ears. You understand? And nobody appointed Simon a leader in the first place. He was doing internet blogging and all that. So, but we accepted. We were willing to work with him. You understand? Don't use the language you don't understand. If you know what blackmailing is, if I'm telling you the truth, you know that the person that is talking to you is telling you the truth. This is the picture that Simon showed the world that we are here. We've been here for like 2 days inside that room, planning things. He said we are eating, drinking, we are drunkards, we are criminals, calling me criminal. You know what it is? The defilement of my name. You understand? Assassination of character. You understand? So that's what he did. Nobody said anything until this Ponzi scheme house. There's nothing like that place is not bought. Okay? If you see me, if I walk outside now, I'll come to my room with my key and I'll open it and I show you around my room here, my building, my house here. You understand? So you don't tarnish my image. You don't say I'm a criminal. Here, if I should take you to court, you're not gonna get scot-free from it. Okay? Defamation of character is a terrible crime to my person. Okay? So we have done ABVET and the Republic of Biafra government in exile has done a lot of insurmountable things, job to this struggle that none of you are out there chasing after the wind. You people are like a candle light in the wind. You would be blown off at any moment.
Can we ask you a question? Can we ask
that is what the formation, Simon's formation is. Candle light in the wind. It doesn't have roots.
Can you give us room for questions? Can you give us room for questions, please?
Okay.
Because as these questions unravel, you begin to give us the answers, and those are the lectures. There's one question I want to ask you. I have a series of questions here. Let me start the first one. It's not even written here.
Hold on, I can barely hear you. I don't know. Well, let me go
on.
Can you hear me now? That was a call that came in here. It slowed down my system. Is that okay?
All right, please do.
Is that okay?
Can you hear me? Yeah, yes, can you hear me now?
Go and come. Yeah,
no, it's slow. It's from my phone.
Okay, please go out and come in.
Yeah,
but we can hear you clear. Yeah. We can hear you clear. It's that issue that cannot hear us. So go out and come in.
Yes.
I want to hear what you're saying so I don't make mistake.
Go out and come in.
People are waiting for somebody to sleep, so they will come up with their.
Go out and come in. While you are out and coming in, let me just make a statement. Kelechi, yes. Kelechi, there's a statement here. The Twitter that Simon posted said that they were eating and drinking, criminals, and trying to get married when Biafra had a project. Do you understand me? A problem. Yes. You understand that tweet that was just sent barely 2 minutes ago? Can you remember? Yeah. Can you put that tweet back on? Can you put that tweet back on air?
Yes.
Put it back on air. Let's read. Let me read it.
All right.
You are the one that put it. Can you put it back?
Yeah.
Go. It says Simon Eba at Simon Eba. Simon _Eba .03 November 22. The criminals and betrayers of Biafra in America gathering their fake government in exile. This is what Sabo Felix Onyi said. Fake Biafran government look like. Eating and drinking, arranging marriage with a woman in America for his fake president, while Biafrans are being killed. Now, leave it on. Let me say something. Now, this same Simon Eba made this comment that these people were eating and drinking. The man has just explained that they had been in a meeting for 2 days. And if you look at that table there, you will not find food. What you can see there, I think, is granite and soda and maybe beer or whatever. These are things you use in relaxing. Now, this same Simon is eating, is drinking and dancing with Azuka dancing now, while Onyendu's life is in danger. He has been abandoned in detention and Biafrans are being killed. Now, the question is, what is the difference? Because when they start together, they are not dancing. They're on a table. These are all men, if you see them, with a woman there or more than one woman there. They are discussing issues. It's a time of refreshment. If they're eating and drinking and dancing, you would have seen it. Now, in this conference room, I've been there. He sent this thing. When another person does this, it's a sin. When someone else does even worse things, it is not a sin. It is acceptable. Now he comes out on Facebook and drinks both alcohol and dances, and Azuka dances, while Nnamdi Kanu, Biafrans are being killed. Biafrans are lamenting that Nnamdi Kanu's life is in danger. This is the time for Epa and Azuka to enjoy. If you talk now, they say you are condemning Epa. I just wanted to raise that one up. Now, if Mr. Soronnadi is around, I want to raise a question.
Now, Pastor, let me just add to what you said. Remember, we've been showing this for a while, and Soronnadi has explained now that this is a time of course, when you have meetings, board meetings.
Of course,
on several board meetings. As soon as you finish your board meeting, people can eat. People can go to the buffet. Get just go and get your stuff and sit on the table and eat and still discuss.
No, even right there on the table in the board meeting,
right there on the table.
You have a 30 minutes break.
Yes,
they tell the secretary or the personal assistant to the chairman, serve drinks. Let them eat and refresh themselves.
What Simon is trying to do here is that Simon knows that an average Biafran or a Nigerian does not understand the style or the system of a board meeting. He believes that.
And number two, he's only interested in painting everybody black.
Yes,
he is a good guy.
Yes, I know.
Let me explain something. When Onyendu was kidnapped and DOS failed, Simon came up. We all stood behind him, and the whole of Biafrans bought Simon as a true guy. Now he has succeeded in getting their hearts around him. Now whatever he dishes out, they swallow it hook, line, and sinker. So if Simon says you are the devil, you are the devil. Even if Simon comes out today and tells Biafrans that Jesus Christ is not the Son of God, is the devil, those Biafrans that follow him will believe it. If Simon comes out today and says that he has another God, which is the true God, not this one which Christianity is teaching, these guys will follow him simply because they want Biafra. So now, once someone condemn you, you're finished.
Yes,
regardless.
And you know something he's trying to do here. If you read in between lines of this message that he posted here, he was trying to give the people the impression of the impression that this gathering here is actually not a meeting. It was just a kind of jamboree for them to eat and drink and then carry out some kind of that's why he brought a narrative of a woman in America for his fake president. That means it was just a jamboree, and of course, and again, one crime that Simon committed here also is that not only is Mazin Namdekanu languishing or Biafrans being killed, as he mentioned here, the same thing, of course, Biafrans are being killed, Mazin Namdekanu is languishing. He also gave himself a position. I explained this thing yesterday. So please, Soronnadi, let's allow you to roll from here. I think so that the question will come from Pastor Livingstone, and then you can go on from there. So, Pastor, please ask the question.
Now, look at that picture there.
Yes.
Put the picture again.
Under the picture of Ojukwu, directly under, that's me there, sitting there.
Yes.
Yes.
Down there, Mazin Namdekanu and Ojukwu.
Yes. If you can enlarge that picture a little bit, let us see. Can you zoom it? Can you?
We're not able to zoom it from here.
Okay, at the head of the table there.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Someone is standing. Just in front of the one.
Is Soronnadi himself.
Standing.
Yes.
Just in front of the person standing, you will see Ojukwu's picture. Just directly the face of the person standing. You see Ojukwu's picture at the center. Mazin Namdekanu's pictures.
Then below Ojukwu's picture, sitting down on that chair at the head of the table there, is Soronnadi himself.
Yes.
So, Biafrans, we are here to tell you the truth. Those of you who don't want to hear the truth, it's like There are some of you who don't even want to believe in God or don't want the truth. This is the mindset. A woman was talking yesterday night, discussing with certain people. They did their best to explain to this woman to understand. I was very, very upset because they took more than 30 minutes trying to convince a woman, telling her the truth. She was buying it halfway. So those people who have decided in their minds that, hey, he's a good guy, you will be so disappointed because all of you have spoken against God. You have spoken against the truth. Keep cursing. I hope you have the face to apologize at the end of the day. Please explain what you are saying, Soronnadi.
Okay, but in lieu of that, I'm not asking anybody to believe me. I'm not asking you not to follow anybody that you want to follow. But I bet you, if you see me in real life, you're going to hate yourself. You're not going to like yourself no more. That's one thing. I guarantee that. If you see me, there are a lot of things we are not revealing to you here. I've just used a movie to set example. If you know what plays behind the scene, you will shut the hell up and listen. You know, a wise man listens. A wise man hears and becomes wiser. The fool hears and becomes more foolish. If you see me in real life, you can't get close. If you see me in real life, that's your leader, that's your Simon, cannot get close to me. He can't get close to where I am. If you like, make him the king of Biafra. He cannot get close to where I am.
Okay, so now I did a question to ask you. There's a very pertinent question because I have been to that place 2 times. The first time I was invited alone, but the people that work with me in truth were live on a video coverage as I entered into the facility. This is where I was with Soronnadi. This was, I think, last year. Soronnadi, if I'm not mistaken. This was, I think, last year.
No, it was early this year.
Early this year, thank you. Early this year, when I went there, and I met the officials.
What brought you to the house?
Yeah.
When you were pro Simon,
yeah. Before you go on, let me ask you that question. But that is not the main question I wanted to ask you. That question I want to ask you,
Pastor, before you ask that question, this is the conference room. Now, these are the pictures we are trying to show them that you are pointing at now. This was the conference room where they had that meeting. The other picture we showed them. This is the conference room, and these are the pictures where you and Prince is standing now. Those are the pictures we were trying to show them that you are pointing to.
No, that's not the room. That's not the room. There's another room. The conference room is there.
Okay.
So listen to me.
In a way. All right, go on, please.
Yeah, because I was there. So Soronnadi, there's a question I wanted to ask you. But let me ask you this little one because you just talked now. At what point were you in conversation with Simon Ekpa before you contacted me? That's number one. Number 2 question. Can you give a little bit of insight of our conversation? At what point were you in conversation with Simon Ekpa before you contacted me? And then can you give a little insight on the conversation I had with you?
Okay. Everything you see or you hear Simon Ekpa tell on his program is a third-party news or story. Most of the things you people heard him say came from us. We sent it to him. And he will never give credit to the source of where he got the information from. So we tried every entreaty we made to Simon Ekpa. We invited him here to come down here. Or alternatively, if he's scared, we can travel to Finland and work with him, stay with him, and plan things out. Simon Ekpa refused. He didn't come. He did not honor our invitation. I sent him voicemails. He refused. He will read them. He will listen to it. He's not going to say anything back to us. So that is how we figured out this guy is up for something. You're up to something. So then I listen to every program people are running, talking about Biafra they know nothing about. So when Pastor Emeka, you were say it again.
Go on. We can hear you. Go on, please.
Okay. When you were running your program, I listened and listened. I saw the passion in you about Biafra. I said, this guy is dabbling in ignorance. You love Biafra. Everybody loves Biafra. But there are people who give you or show you what you want to see or want to hear. But they have undertone. They have ulterior motive. When somebody wants to defraud you or scam you or play you wayo, they will use, let's say you are a marketer, you are a seller, you sell commodities. They will tell you, Ibu Alhaji. Yes. You know Ibu Alhaji, right? Okay, Ibu Alhaji. Oh, we had this Biafra house here. Oh, Ibu Alhaji house. Yeah. So while I was watching Emeka, I watched him and I called him one day. He responded. Instead of asking a question, I commended him. But I know that he's going the wrong way. Because before Emeka, we've been in that lane. Tried everything, did everything. Spoke for Simon, fought for him without him even knowing it. But to reach him, he became out of touch. You understand? So Emeka was trying to convince me to join Simon Ekpa. I gave him the green light. Emeka, you tried everything you could to convince Simon Ekpa to bring me on board. Did he agree with you? Why was he trying to avoid me?
No, when I spoke to Azuka. Because as at that time, Simon had stopped picking my calls. Okay. Simon stopped picking my calls as far back as October. When I didn't know the reason why, you know, and I met Azuka and said, okay, let me give you the information. We had a this thing fundraising program, and during a 15 or 30-minute break, they were inside discussing. So our platform, there was a message they wanted me to convey to Simon, the think tank group. I am the leader there, the chairman there, Ochikiriti secretary. So if I call him on phone, they were asking me how far. I told I've been calling him, he doesn't pick. I said, he doesn't. So when that opportunity came, I said, Bro Simon, that I've been meaning to get to you. I have a message from our group. But each time I call you, you've not been answering. You know what Simon said in the group there? That was the first time I got that shock from him. And what has your message got to do with the Biafran struggle? That's why I didn't respond to you. It was a slap on my face. So people there were startled. The IPOB autopilot media people.
I was there live.
Okay. One of them now said, but Pastor said he wanted to, I'm telling Biafrans this for the first time, because he went behind. I'm hearing that he's now saying that it is not us against Ongoza Arabweze. It was us that we have something against him. And people are talking trash. So when he made that comment, somebody said, Pastor said he wanted to discuss something with you. He said he didn't want to listen to Pastor because that he knows that he was talking nonsense. That his spirit, if some pastor has something reasonable to offer, he would have answered him that he works by the spirit. He has covered that he has nothing reasonable. Gaddafi met me later and said he didn't like the way Simon addressed me, and there are certain people you don't fight against. I said, I don't understand though where this one is coming from. It was an insult. Kelechi was there. Now later on, I called Azuka and said, have you seen what happened that day we had that meeting? She said she saw it. I said, what was the reaction? She said she was surprised. I said, I don't know what is going on. So she said she's going to talk to Simon and get back to me. So Azuka now spoke to Simon, according to how, got back to her, when she met Simon, Simon said he was sorry and that he has a lot of respect for Pastor Livingstone, that he's going to call him and explain. That he's going to call him, sorry, not explain. And so I'm like, Azuka told me not to worry. I'm like a little boy whom you took his mother after having sex with her, and then you just, he saw you, and then just to pacify him, you put your hand on his head, rubbed him, and said, "Don't worry, I'll buy you biscuit. Go." And I left. That was what Azuka did to me. And Simon never called me. The next thing was these actions you see him doing. So another time again, we had a meeting. Simon had made a program and was honoring certain media people. He did not come to IPOB or top pilot media people to honor them. They raised that complaint. They were not bold enough to confront Simon. So they told me, I said, okay, I was going to ask him that the way you presented that thing and honored these people, you did not talk of IPOB or top pilot media. So when that time came, I raised the issue up. And Simon was very angry with me and asked me, who is the man that I am talking? He praised. That I know the man. I said, I don't know him. I didn't hear the person's name. Now, Simon asked me, who is the man that you sacked or removed from your board?
From your think tank.
From my think tank. I said, I never removed anybody. Then Simon said, okay, the man removed himself. That was when I knew somebody had gone and told him something against me. He swallowed it hook, line, and sinker. And that person turned out to be Imam Adwabum. Kelechi knows the story. I don't know why Imam Adwabum will go and talk and someone will listen to short gossip. So I began to see that maybe my presence was threatening certain category of people. I just can't understand because I'm not fighting authority with anybody. Even what I'm telling you the truth, I'm telling you the gospel truth. So when that thing happened, as he was trying to attack me over that conversation we had for him honoring certain media people and not honoring our people, and it was a media group that raised up the issue and brought it to me that I should talk. Because they were even threatening that
it was Gaddafi, 247,
Okonkwo, and they were saying since they were not recognized, they were going to leave the media group. What was the reason they're being? I told them, no, you don't have to do that. Let us discuss the issue with Simon and clear out. I'm not a coward. It's only God who will judge these people. Because as Simon is going down, they will go down with him. And every talk they have spoken, do you know when their judgment will start? The very day Simon goes down and they go down with him, then their judgment starts. No man of God on earth will remove that judgment, except they repent and give their life to Christ. That's the only condition. I always give people condition because I'm a man of God. I don't bear you grudge in my heart. So when that thing happened, 247 now came to my rescue and told Simon, no, Pastor Livingstone is not wrong. We all decided and agreed. He's only presenting to you what we had discussed earlier. That was what said. Simon was out to insult me on the program, on that platform. It was 247 that came there and spoke, and that saved the day. So I began to see signals that something was wrong. So the next one that bust the whole thing was that they had agreed, the what they call him, advisory committee board had agreed that they were going to print Biafran currency and put the faces of Simon, Azuka, Ojukwu, Nnamdi Kanu, Ngozi Arabweze, Oge there. It was even later I heard from Kelechi that they even promised him that they were going to put his face on our coins. So when Kelechi refused, they told him to do the graphic works and then sent to them. They were to meet with Simon, who was to approve that thing. I'm telling you the truth. Why do I say so? When Kelechi didn't like that, he brought it to me. I called my team together and said, look at what I'm hearing. And then I now brought in Gaddafi. Gaddafi is not a member of my think tank group. He's not a member. But I saw Gaddafi. I've been interacting with Gaddafi. I know one woman that we're very friendly with Gaddafi. And many times Gaddafi has spoken to me that he knows that I have the interest of Biafra at heart. Gaddafi himself had complained to me against Simon several times. That, in fact, a letter he wrote to Simon that Simon does not respond to his messages. He told me, he sent me the text of the letter he wrote to Simon. I have it in my phone.
He has told me several times also that Simon doesn't listen to him, doesn't listen to him and all of that. He has told me so many things.
And that letter is here. You Biafrans who are talking nonsense. When Simon falls down, God will start judging. So many of you will be in trouble because even if God appears, you don't want to listen. How do you get Biafra when you set him aside? So what happened? When that thing took place, I now took Gaddafi, brought him into this platform and said, this is what we are going to do. Look at what is happening. We want to ask Simon. Gaddafi said, yes, he'll be there. Is that so, Kelechi? Hello?
Very well. He very
no,
well.
Can you? No, I don't want to continue. Can you just finish up from there? Because what I'm going to say to show that you were there at that point when you brought in Gaddafi. Can you just continue?
Yes, Gaddafi. When you brought in Gaddafi now said this cannot be. How can they talk about coin and putting their faces on the coin? And Gaddafi said he was going to make, and that was, in fact, that was when I now brought evidences of Ngozi Orebweze sponsoring some politicians. Gaddafi said, "Wow, this is a big one that he's going to contact Azuka, and then he's going to go make more findings about Ngozi Orebweze. That we should give him time." He left, and then suddenly he went and came with a particular about 2 pictures showing that she's not actually a doctor; she's actually a nurse. We said yes, we have those information. So he was of course. I still have the text messages. He was posting as he was posting them. He was saying, "You people should
wait
see
a minute.
this."
Who posted that in the internet? Who was the first person that posted it?
Gaddafi was the first person to post.
Are you hearing? Are you listening, Biafrans? The person who posted Ngozi Orebweze as being a Fulani person that sponsors Fulani in Nigeria, that is in Simon Ekpa, close to Simon Ekpa. Was who? Kelechi speak. Was who?
Gaddafi. Kingsley or whatever is Kingsley something. I don't know what his surname is.
Okay.
But we call him Gaddafi of Biafra. He's the one who went quickly. He didn't even tell us. Quickly, he has posted on the internet.
Now, number two question before you go on. When we wrote that letter to Simon Ekpa, I don't know whether you can remember. Was Gaddafi's name among those that signed?
Very, very well. We deliberated on the letter. We looked at it critically. We said this letter is fine. It is well officially composed, and then we now said we're going to put all our signatories so that he will know that it is coming from the group of people who want this thing to move, based on the fact that the details were clear, polite, and explaining what we need that will benefit Biafra. And Gaddafi, everybody agreed. We put our names there.
Okay. Now, when we agreed, that day Simon Ekpa was going, he was to address the Biafrans, that he had an emergency address of Biafrans that evening. Whether emergency or what, I don't know. There was a response that Gaddafi gave me. I told him that let it not be that Simon will go and fight us.
Yes.
I don't know, or whatever.
Yeah,
Gaddafi said that.
Someone will mention that. Gaddafi said that Simon will mention about the letter, that he knows Simon very well. And that's when Prince now said, come, the way you are saying, it seems you are acting like a double agent, because Prince believes that he might have he goes here to discuss and then come. So he's trying to make us feel, because Gaddafi was giving us an impression that he knows Simon very well and that he's a prophet. That he is a prophet.
He's a prophet.
He said, as a prophet, he's going to tell us what Simon will do. Simon will read this letter on when he goes for the meeting. And we just laughed.
And that if he knows, he said it, that Samuel will surely read it, that he knows him.
Yes.
And he made that comment to show that Samuel cannot keep information. Now, another one.
That's what he said.
When Simon, I'm asking you a question.
Yes.
When Samuel was invited into our platform and we confronted him with that statement, when we confronted him with that declaration that they want to put their heads on our currency. Can you continue from there? Take up what transpired in the platform.
In fact, when Simon was coming in, I first called him. I said, there's an emergency. We need you in the meeting. We already have one floor. He said, what do you want to discuss about? I told him that the issue of the currency, these people are trying to put faces on the currency and all of that. And this is very dangerous for us. And it is fire on the mountain. I sent it as a text to him, fire on the mountain, before he now called me. And we now talked. He now said, okay, I should bring him into the meeting. So when I brought him into the meeting, he came prepared. You will see it on him that he was already coming to defend this. So when you now decided to explain to him, after the explanation, the next thing he did was that he said that he's not aware of this, but...
That's the first answer. At the first, he said he was not aware.
Yes,
but later on, okay, continue, don't worry.
He said he was not aware of this, but why, that he's angry with me. Why would I bring this kind of thing from another platform to this platform? I said, no, this thing was not discussed under the auspices of the advisory board. It was discussed by members of the advisory board who created another group called G5. And he was wondering, he said, which one is G5? I said,
no,
G5.
That means Simon was not even aware that there was a G5 under his nose. Under his nose. Ngozi Orebweze and co.
That's it.
Turned up and brought a G5. Simon was not aware. And they are going to discuss print currency. Go ahead. He has
I now explained the G5 to him. He didn't say anything because he knows that these are people he cannot fight. he cannot talk against. So now he was expressing his anger. You know, you can see it physically on him, expressing his anger against me. Then you now told him that, Simon, this particular stuff, we cannot allow your face cannot, you can now start explaining, his face cannot be on the Biafra currency. Exactly. Even if we will allow Onyendu has died two times because of the sacrifices he has made. For that, we might even consider that his face will be on the currency. And you now told him about people whose faces can be on the currency and all of that. He now said, well,
and then I also added that if I know Onyendu very well,
that is it. That if you know Onyendu very well, he will not permit that his face will be on the currency. That's what you said. And then he now said, well, he knows he has heard of this anyways, but he's going to, he knows that this is not right.
He now said he has heard of it. Formerly, he said he was not aware of it.
That's it.
Now he said he has heard of it.
Yes, but
Biafrans, are you hearing?
Yes,
those of you who are talking nonsense, because God will judge you. I don't want to curse any of you. Anytime the decision of God comes, because Simon knows the truth, Azuka knows the truth. When the time comes for God to start doing his judgment, as Simon is going down, some of you will develop incurable diseases. You begin to wonder. You'll be alive like this, you start rotting. Go ahead.
Now he said, then when one lady in our midst wanted to ask him a question, he came
exactly.
on with frustration. He got angry. This is an elderly woman. He came with that, and with that frustration attacked the woman. So along the line, yes, the woman first. This is a woman who prays for him, who loves him so much, and all of that, and trying to make him understand some things. He came so strongly on her, and you now told him, "Someone, you can't talk to this woman like this." That was when he now reluctantly apologized.
He said, "I'm sorry." Anyway, I'm sorry. What have you got to say?
Yeah, that was when he now said, "Okay, I know. Anyways, I've heard of this. Anyways, but I know that this is not right. This currency thing. That he's going to go talk to them." And we'll have that. We are going to have meeting the next day. That I'm aware that we have a meeting.
Exactly.
That was on a Monday. We were having this meeting on a Sunday. Then we have a meeting. We're supposed to have a meeting on Monday. So he said we're going to ratify there, and he's going to bring it up there, and they should drop this stuff. But when he came into, of course, that was how we left that meeting. Then Prince now said, "See, we don't want to be bothering you about these issues. You know, these kinds of things. Please, this is the last time we're going to call him for things like, because we don't want him wanting to concentrate." He said, "No, that anytime we have issues like this, we should call him. We should send. We should. Anytime we should feel free to talk to him."
Oh God of heaven! Oh God of heaven! God, you have to prove yourself in this matter. God of heaven, the living God that reigns, that the God of justice and judgment. Lord, your word is true. If you don't prove anything, Lord, there will be a big question mark. Lies will prevail over Biafra. But because you are God, the God of heaven, whom I worship and serve, the true living God, the God of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Yeshua HaMashiach, Lord, prove this thing. Reveal this truth. Biafrans are watching me pray. If all we are narrating here is lies, oh God, before this year, someone ever says he wants to get Biafra this year. Before this year runs out, may I die. But if what we're saying is true, before this year runs out,
please don't say that. Don't say that one.
Kelechi, can I just come in shortly?
Let me say concerning myself. If what I said, what you are saying here is not true, that we are fabricating, lying, we have ought against someone, we are envious, and that is why we ganged up, or all we are saying here is lies. Before this year runs out, oh God, may Emeka Livingstone die. And let Biafrans know that this man is a fake man. He lied against Simon, and he has died a shameful death. May my name never be remembered in the generation.
And I say, and let it happen to me too.
I'm talking about myself. I don't want to talk about Simon. No,
me too. I about myself. Comrade Ken is not part of it, but he's saying, so he has confirmed the third he said that we have said. So please, Comrade, go on. Comrade, go on.
Yeah, what I just want to say is that I want to beg every one of us in this platform. I'm sorry for today. I can't put on my camera today because where I am is not so conducive for me. So what I want to say is that this issue of Simon Ekpa with the currency, or the issue that has already happened before, is not where I'm even interested. I'm really interested in the current things that Simon Ekpa is doing today. I think most of us saw what I posted in the platform, the list of numbers he put down there, how he wants to continue to scam our people. So our brother is here, who was a military officer and knows a lot of things.
Yes.
What I just want to point to Biafrans here today is that the person sitting with us here in this very broadcast today is somebody who knows everything in the struggle. Even when Onyendu was still there, not that he knows it from when Onyendu was not there again. Because I will correct people that what Simon Ekpa knows about this struggle is after Onyendu was no more on the spotlight.
Yes.
This is what he knows. Simon Ekpa don't know anything about this struggle since Onyendu was running this struggle because he was not part of it. He didn't want to be part of it. So he got this opportunity, he jumped in and he started scamming Biafrans. So what I want to say here is, Soronnadi knows everything about the Republic of Biafran government in exile. They formed this very organization, this very government before Simon Ekpa came in. Our people have to know and listen carefully to whatever Soronnadi is saying. If they have questions, let them put the question down so Soronnadi can answer them. Because why I'm saying this is, if Simon Ekpa don't know anything about this Republic of Biafran government in exile, Simon Ekpa will not go to do anything about it. It was that he got an idea, and for Soronnadi telling our people that he have been communicating with Simon Ekpa, he don't need to say it 2 times before I believe, because I have some people in Canada, I don't want to start calling names, who has tried to call Simon Ekpa on several occasions from South America. Simon Ekpa never respond to their call. They will write him, he will read their messages and never return back. I have all this information. So let Simon Ekpa not think we don't know what he's doing. He tried to put some people by the side so he can run this kangaroo struggle the way he wants it.
Thank you.
You understand?
Thank you, Bro Ken. And that's why I want to ask Soronnadi this question, which I've been wanting to ask him. Kelechi, the explanation you have made so far is okay. If Biafrans don't want to, those that follow them, that's their business. Ken made a very good point. He said he has said this thing before. So this is where we are now. Soronnadi, I want you to tell Biafrans.
Yeah, please, before you ask that question, let me say this to Biafrans. If you have a question to ask Soronnadi, you are free. You can call the number +212 707 898 194. Rather than stay there and just post rubbish, ask questions. +212 707 898 194. I just put on the phone now, so you can call +212 707 898 194. Just call and ask a question. Don't call and insult. If you want to ask a question,
Kelechi, if you can bring it on the screen, just put it for them on the screen to see.
All right, I'll do that.
So they can call.
Okay, so Soronnadi, this question I'm asking you, there are 2 other questions that are minor, but this one is major. So let me ask you the major question, and then I ask you the 2 minor ones. And I want to appeal to you. I know that you are a soldier. You don't like repeating yourself. But we are dealing with the public. This is like a truth commission, a panel. So if it becomes expedient that you repeat yourself, you have to. Because once something is repeated again, when God says truly, truly, it's a re-emphasizing that this thing will surely happen. Now, the first question is this. You answer Biafrans now. I want you to tell us about Dr. Onyise. We have been accused of going to, in fact, Simon Ekpa put it, or his people put it, that Onyise was expelled by Onyisi, and that I've gone to deal with him. So I want you to tell Biafrans why Onyise was expelled and whether he was returned by Onyendu. Then number 2, you can start by answering the last 2, because this number 1 will take you time. Number 2 is just a simple question. Who was the prime minister that Simon referred to before he came down? The prime minister he first told us that we were going to meet, that they were already constituted. Who was that person? That's number 2. Then number 3, who did you say Simon reported to DSS among those women? I want you to be very factual. Start with the last one. Who did you say Simon reported to the DSS concerning what? Tell Biafrans. And number two,
But Soronnadi, please, I just want to correct an impression what our brother said, Pastor. The person in question you are saying was not expelled from IPOB.
No, don't worry, don't worry. I know why I asked it. They said he was expelled. So leave it. It is Soronnadi, it is his responsibility to clear the air. I'm asking the question which they asked. So three things. You start by answering the first one. Number one.
Yes.
Who was the person that Simon reported to DSS? Those women you referred to. I asked you, you said you want to repeat yourself. I want you to answer that question directly. It's a very powerful point. The whole world is listening to you. Number two, who was the prime minister that Simon had promised Biafrans that they will see, they will address them? Because suddenly that prime minister is no longer existing and a new government has been formed and Simon is the prime minister. Then number three, tell us about Dr. Onyise. He is purported to have been expelled. That's what they said. Thank you.
Okay. You all hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. If there's anything I dislike to do, is coming up here and being labeled as gossiping instead of fighting for Biafra. People didn't know who I am or whom I was before now. But I got to do this because it is necessary to do. The very lady that Simon Ekpa reported to DSS, Nigerian government, was Nwada Ndidiamaka.
Okay.
Nwada Ndidiamaka was not in harmony with Simon Ekpa, so they fell apart. Simon Ekpa reported Nwada Ndidiamaka to DSS, and DSS went and froze Nwada Ndidiamaka's money in Nigeria. She was putting up a structure at home, and they froze her about 70 million naira account. So she couldn't access the money anymore. And every time that woman is cursing at Simon Ekpa for doing that.
What was the reason of him reporting her account to DSS? What's his business there?
Because there was a fracas between them when Umada, that is why Umada split. Simon Ekpa does not have organizational skills. He doesn't know how to organize. All he do is having problems with members of his unit. And as it is said, never mind, whoever is writing down Nwada Ndidiamaka eat money. Your head, you need to be taken to a mental home. Nwada Ndidiamaka, she spent a lot of money. Her money, she spends money in bulk, brings out money to support this thing that we are doing. It is a bad workman that always quarrels with his instruments. It is a bad workman that always quarrels with his equipment in the workshop. He fights, he kicks them over because he's a bad workman. The man you're calling this in, if you hand over Biafra today to Simon Ekpa, where is he going to start? So that's by the way. So they had the split, the Umada split, and all that. They could not agree with one another. They're the one that formed the Umada thing. That's why we ruled out Umada kind of a thing, this and that in the Republic of Biafra government in exile. If you're in, you're in. Okay. That's what happened. There was a big problem between Madam Azoka and Ndidiamaka and all that. And Simon took side with Madam Azoka. And they started fighting with Ndidiamaka and all that. Then they threatened that they will show Ndidiamaka who they are. Simon Ekpa reported Ndidiamaka to DSS because Ndidiamaka flung all the doors open for them, sponsoring, doing things. I'm telling you. So someone went and reported, and the DSS froze her account. That's what happened.
Yeah, please go on. Pastor, what's the next question, please? Pastor, the next question.
The next question is about Onyise.
Okay.
Onyise.
No, the next question is, who is the prime minister that was being exactly?
The prime minister.
Right.
That is a mystery to be unraveled by Simon himself. I'm not in his auto pilot group, and also he wanted. Remember, do you remember what happened? If you read the book, it happened in two places. Julius Caesar. When Caesar came to Rome, the people wanted to crown him a king, but that is what he was looking for. They put the crown on his head. Caesar acted like he wanted to refuse. And the Caesar said, people started the rebelments, like these people on here, this rebel rousers, this mob group here. They started yelling, "No, Caesar, you will be our king. Take it, take it." So Caesar wanted to test.
It was let me interrupt you there. It was Mark Antony in his lamentation at Caesar's
yeah.
You all did see that in the Lupercal. I presented him a kingly crown thrice, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yes, Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. I remember that.
Okay, good. Go ahead. So Caesar refused. No, just he was testing to see how the people will react. Simon Iba said a prime minister will come and address Biafrans. He later on became the prime minister that came to address Biafrans. What a game.
So there was no prime minister.
Hey, Ibu Alhaji, Ibu Alakaya.
So there was no prime minister. So there was no prime minister.
Who was the prime minister? There was no prime minister.
He was setting us up.
No, we forbid that. Nobody assumes the position of prime minister in Biafra yet.
Okay. Go ahead. Then please tell us about Dr. Onyise. So Biafrans, you have heard. The Prime Minister Simon Ekpa promised us that he was going to introduce to us and will address us. There was no Prime Minister.
It was him himself.
Simon was preparing the ground to present himself. This was it. My God, this guy is smart.
Please, can we hold on, please? Somebody wants to ask a question, please.
Okay.
I think she has a question. Please, can you go on, please?
Please, good afternoon, my brother. Now, well done.
Thank
you. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Does it mean that someone is working with DSS people?
Okay, there's what we call aiding and abetting the enemy. Whoever, there's no difference. There's no difference between.
To your question. Just listen. He's responding to your question. Okay. Just listen. Yes. Please go on.
There is what we call, when you use the word sabotaging, saboteur. It wears several phases. Okay? You could, in a bid to do what is right, you end up doing something wrong. So what is right becomes wrong at that point in time. So you could be like you are pro-Biafran, but you are indirectly sabotaging the fight. You understand? So people use what you want to get you. Some people are playing double standard in this. Double standard. Okay, for instance, since the inception of our side of the struggle, Republic of Biafra, government in exile. No Biafran. We have not lost any Biafran because of our activities, directly or indirectly. But do you know how many people have died because of Simon? Directly and indirectly. How do you work with the government? When you send telegraph to the government of the day, we are going to bomb, shoot down the Nigerian helicopter tomorrow at Nkwoji in Owerri, and all that. Nigerian government goes over there, kills everybody they see around there. What is that? There's no difference between evil and those who support evil. You could be supporting evil directly or indirectly, knowingly and unknowingly. It's called aiding and abetting.
Okay, the next question is,
all right, do
you have is there any evidence you have that Simon reported this?
What is the way forward now. What do we do now? What do we do
Okay,
now?
the way we're gonna do it.
What I want to ask, what do we do?
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to be courageous. Do not waver. It's in every struggle, even here in America, even in France, even in Russia, during their struggles, their revolution, things like this happen.
Exactly.
In Israel, things like this, worse than this happen. We cannot all agree together.
Exactly.
But people need to open their eyes and see the light instead of deliberately asking the darkness to overshadow you. When you know this place, the direction you are going is not the right direction, and you choose to go through there in order to hurt some people. You understand? Ask yourself, what is the right thing to do?
Okay, I think the perspective she's coming from here is that if Simon is not to be trusted and to be worked with, how then are we going to work this out?
No, things are going to be worked out. Let me answer that one.
Yes, please.
Listen, we couldn't have raised opposition to speak the truth without having a solution. Because if you counter a project and you don't have a solution, you are constituting problem. You are adding to the problems.
Very well.
Oh, hold on. Somebody said, Samuel, 2023, people must die for freedom. Brother, don't confuse people. Samuel, if I get you,
Mr. Soronnadi, those are E-rats and E-frogs. We don't listen to them. They are not important. Please, listen, let me answer the young lady.
Yes, yes, you can.
We have a template, but we have to build.
All this noise we are making on this social media will not bring Biafra for us.
Can you listen to me?
Yeah, just listen.
Can you listen to me? They're talking to you.
No, leave BOX. Face your own. Let us know what you want.
Do you want an answer?
Know what you want.
Do you want an answer? Do you want an answer?
I will come.
Do you want an answer?
Bye bye.
Oh, have you seen them? Do this happen now?
Well, no. She doesn't understand. She doesn't understand. She cannot even call Simon. She cannot even call Simon.
Let me finish.
She cannot even call Simon to express herself to Simon too.
No, she cannot. She's afraid of Simon. No, listen. Let me finish. The question she asked is for the benefit of those who are watching, listening.
Yes.
It's not herself. You can see her sentiment. These are the people who constitute problems. You think that they are righteous or true, but they are just a bunch of people that are confused and ignorant. Now, listen. We have a template, but before we bring it up, we must set up the groundwork very well.
Very well.
And then come up with something which will be beneficial to Biafrans. We are not going to give you the information now, but not many days hence, you will hear. And it is not a one-man show. It's a collective decision with Biafrans are part of. They are stakeholders, all inclusive, teamwork, to move with practical plans that is transparent and open on the way forward to get Biafra. That's the fact I can tell you for now. That is so because God wouldn't have exposed these lies without providing a solution.
Correct.
So, Mr. Soronnadi, please leave these people and I want you to discuss this Onyise thing. And then, sorry, one little question again. The document that Mr. Ude in Britain gave to Simon, do you have idea of the contents of those documents? Number two, is Simon operating based on the contents of those documents in his recent declarations?
Okay. One time, do you remember one time Simon was calling us illiterates? He said he called me illiterate. Okay. Now, Simon is not lettered or wired in that way, in that capacity to follow rules and lay down rules and regulations. He doesn't have the capacity. He cannot do that. And the document, yes, I'm aware of what is in the document. I am the one who stopped that document from going into circulation. that is premature, is amateurish, to let that document to be in circulation. The zoo will copy it and mess it up. They will use it as a propaganda against us. Then it will become, you know, at a point, it'll be like, oh, this is how they want to run their Biafra. They probably go and run a parallel system against us. So they used to listen keenly to Radio Biafra. So any idea they get from Radio Biafra, they will go and implement it. So because the zoo don't have what it takes to run a government. So I stopped them from circulating that document. But partially, that is what Uday has. The other part of it, he doesn't have them. He don't have access to it. Okay?
The document in question you are talking of, does it in any way give you an organogram of the Biafran setup?
Yes. Yeah, I said it. It's a laid down way the Biafran system will be ruled. The benefits of government.
Kelechi, are you listening?
Yes.
The benefits of government, rules and regulations.
Okay. What about things that has to do with the Biafran region? How it to be divided?
Yes, I said it's going to be split into not states. We don't deal with states in Biafra because we are a nation. Nigeria is not a nation. Nation means people with the same family orientation, the same family background, the same blood, the same geographical location, the same historical background.
Exactly.
So Biafra is going to be split into what do you call it? Provinces, not states.
Because a state is not a nation. It's a congregation of different people with different backgrounds and culture coming together to form a united state.
When you say nationality,
just hold on. Let me see if this caller. Hello. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, please. You are live on the program, Biafra Global Network, and you can go on, please.
I want to ask you a question. Am I on air?
Yes, go on. You are live.
I want to ask Pastor Michael Livingstone. I want to ask him.
Okay.
When did he notice that Simon Ekpa was deviating? And was he still working with them? Was he still going to the Republic of Biafra government in Exile while Simon was deviating?
Okay.
Now I will answer you.
Okay.
When I knew Simon was deviating was the day Kelechi came to me and reported that they were going to print Biafran currency with their heads on it. When I called Simon into the platform, his reaction and his subsequent action shows that he had deviated. Kelechi, is there anything you want to add to it?
Yes, after that time, we actually, when we discovered that when we talked about the issue of the currency and the putting their faces on the currency, which he said we're going to hold a meeting later, the next thing that happened was that we now discovered that Ngozi Orobozie got information, which I got the details of what Ngozi Orobozie, knowing that she's working with the Nigeria agent. We now wrote a letter under the auspices of the the think tank group, and then including when we brought Gaddafi into it, and we wrote a letter to him. And of course, in that letter also, we tried to make him see that we have a mole within us who is working with the Nigeria agent, and of course the issue of further issues that have to do with the currency and all of that, which he rejected. He refused to come for the meeting. Rather, he came online to publish the letter. And then the next thing was that we, of course, the men that have been complaining and talking about, we now wrote another letter that we need him to come into a meeting to meet with the men who are complaining, so that the men can hear from him. And that's our gallant men now. And of course, that was the point again. He refused to come for that meeting, and he went on air again to publish and did all he did. All of you know what he did. So at that point, that was when we knew there was a problem. That was when we knew that there's a situation, and that was when we knew that something is going on wrong. Something is going wrong. And that was when we started questioning issues and all of that. We saw that there is a need for things to be corrected. And that was when, listen, I want to answer the second part of your question. That was when.
Can I say something?
Can I answer your question fully first? You're asking whether that was
be patient. Let them answer your question. Your questions are twofold.
You are going into details that I don't understand. I have to make Biafrans understand every details you are telling me.
All right, go on.
Telling us.
Go on, please.
Now, what was the evidence that Biafran, that Simon Ekpa tried to use the face of Madam Azoka and Simon Ekpa in our currency? Do you have evidence for that?
Yes, I have evidence because I was also part of the advisory board.
Can you show us the evidence? You are not. We don't know what's happening in the secret.
Are you going to listen to me? Okay, now listen to me. Let me tell you before you talk about evidence, or you want me to bring documents to show you evidence. I don't know whether you want me to bring documents. Now I am part of the advisory board.
Can you listen? You ask somebody a question. Can you listen?
For God's sake, talk about evidence. I am live in the place where the thing.
When you go to a court of law, you have to talk. Allow him. Let him answer.
You can't tell us that.
Are you going to listen to me for God's sake?
That you are live in the place.
Okay, now listen to me. Now listen to me. Now listen to me.
Evidence.
Now let me give you evidence. Let me give you evidence that you want. I was contacted. We discussed this matter of the currency on the platform. The letter that Simon posted, changing the currency from. Listen to me.
Are you listening? Oh God!
Are you ready to discuss, or you want to constitute nuisance here?
It's a nuisance.
Are you going to listen, or you want to constitute nuisance?
You want to listen, or want to constitute nuisance?
You listen to my explanation, or you want me to just bring evidence to you like that?
Okay. I want to listen.
Then
what is wrong with you?
I don't know what's wrong with you guys.
No, he's a Simon drunk.
Now listen.
He's Simon drunk. He doesn't listen.
When the discussion began about the currency thing, we actually had that discussion under the auspices of the Biafra advisory board. I was the secretary of the advisory board. Now, when we discussed the issue of the currency, we decided that the currency will be changed from pound to dollars. I was the one who wrote that letter you read online that Simon posted from the office of the spokesperson, changing the stuff from pound to dollars. I gave the excuses there. I was the one who imputed all those details as the excuses because we felt that we wanted to spite Britain. Now, when we talked about the issue of designing the currency, that was when the pressure was there. People were not receiving money in Biafra land. We now said, okay, we need something to do about this currency thing. Our currency must come out. But the deliberation there was that the currency must come out immediately. My opposition there was, we can design this thing, but it might not come out immediately. But of course, majority carries the vote. The vote was that there is going to be the currency. Now, after we finished that meeting, we didn't know. Listen to me. Listen, let me explain to you very well.
Kelechi, if he's not going to listen, block him and then explain to Biafrans. Kelechi, are you hearing me? Kelechi, can you pay me attention?
Let me listen to what he's saying. What did you say? What did you say?
You were among the meeting of designing a currency.
Yes.
Even when Nnamdi Kanu was in prison.
Yes.
No,
I was not in the meeting of designing the currency. Listen to me.
You for the first time.
Listen to me.
Okay.
Are you going to listen to me?
Kelechi.
Are you going to listen to me?
The guy that is calling.
Now, please let me just conclude this thing. Listen, I don't know why you don't want to listen.
Block him first. Block him first, then you talk. It's a nuisance.
No, his level of education matters.
So don't obstruct me. Listen, when we decided on that issue of the currency, we didn't discuss that thing would be immediately. So when the G5 composed themselves out of the group without telling us, they composed themselves and went to make decision on the currency. And they called me, the chairman of that G5, who also is the chairman of the advisory board, called me and said, Kelechi, we have decided to design the Biafra currency and we want to start printing now. Please go and create the graphic work for us. I said, okay, you want to start printing? He said, yes. He said, I need to get the graphic work in few days. They need it urgently. They have to start printing. And he said, he wants to tell me the faces that are going to be on the currency. He mentioned the faces. He mentioned Azuka. He mentioned Oge. He mentioned Simon. He mentioned other people. And then he said that even my face can be on the coin. He mentioned Ngozi. And I told him, I said, it's not possible, that this is not right. You can't put faces on currency of people. We have people who have sacrificed on Biafra issue. They have sacrificed, they have paid the ultimate sacrifice. He said no, that they want to put faces of people who are there now, currently working. And these people have given the ultimate sacrifice. I said, what ultimate sacrifice has Simon given? He told me. I said, okay. What ultimate sacrifice has Azuka given? He told me. I said, all right. What ultimate sacrifice has Ngozi given? He told me and all of that. I said, sir, it can't work. This is not what is ultimate sacrifice. We're talking about people who have paid their price that they are not even living now. We cannot allow it. He said, well, they have made a decision. I said, well, I don't go with that decision, and I cannot do that. And I told him I won't design this stuff. I can't go with that decision. He said, well, okay, which names do I want to be on the currency? I said, no problem. I'm going to send you names. He said, well, they have made their decision. That he's going to go back to tell them that I'm opposing it. But anyways, they have made their decision. He was trying to make me understand that, yes, I have the right to submit the names I want to submit, but they have made their decisions. When he dropped that call, that was when I called Pastor Livingstone immediately. And that was when we sent him. Hold on. When Simon read the letter online, you saw him mention the issues. The issues were mentioned in the letter. That should be an evidence to you enough for you to know that the people who are doing these things are actually knowledgeable about it.
Okay, I understand you. We just conclude that you don't have physical evidence. You're just saying from month to month, you don't have physical evidence. We'll have to wait till the currency is out to know which places are in the currency. Now, let me ask you another question. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Ask the question you want to ask. Because you heard the point you're making. I don't know what people mean by evidence. Physical evidence. So I should give you voice recording of my discussion with Simon.
I want to ask Soronnadi a question, please. Because when did this Republic of Biafra government in Exile, when was it formed? When did it start?
Wow,
that question has been answered.
Has been answered. Let's move on. Soronnadi has to answer the question about Onyise.
Waste our time.
Okay, let me just tell him something. Caller, the Republic of Biafra government in exile has been functioning way before Simon Ekpa got wind of it, got to know about anything that had to do with the Republic of government in exile or government in exile. Simon Ekpa has no clue. He just copied. He's a copycat, and he doesn't copy rightly. He copies it in a wrong way. He follows the wrong steps. He wants people to see him as a wise lion. He's not. And I'm happy that you are asking questions. But sometimes when you ask questions, you also listen. Give listening ears. Some things are not, when you go to court, most of the time is come and testify. They may ask for evidence. They may not. But they listen to you. These people they call judges, they use psychology to know. That's why they go into their chamber and look over the case and all that. They come out with their judgment. Okay, everything does not.
Yes, really. Let's hear this next. Let's hear this next person. Yeah, you're live on the program. Please go on. Ask the question you want to ask very quickly.
They use psychology to know.
Please put off your device so that we can hear you properly. Your device is on. So can you ask the question you want to ask, please, quickly, because of time?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Please go on.
Okay. Good evening from here.
Yes, good evening.
Please, I want to appreciate you people, especially Pastor Emeka Livingstone. I always follow him on Facebook. In fact, it's the reason why I joined this through Facebook is because he shared a link there. So, but there's something I want to ask, please. For those people that is supporting Simon Ekpa, please, I'm not against anybody, but I'm just trying to understand things. Because Mazina Bikal always said the major problem that our people are having is inability to read. You understand? Now, I'm trying to ask those people. When did Simon Ekpa join this agitation? It was after lockdown. After Fremado stuff, they now start putting interest on the Biafran struggle. From there, start making structured broadcasts. From there, start making big ones. joined the struggle, which is 2021. Even me, I'm not showing on social media, but I'm in this struggle before him. So I believe that he don't know anything about this struggle. Trying to form currents, Mazin Namdekalo has gone through this struggle for more than 10 years. He never come up one day and start telling us on the radio Biafra that he wants to generate currents, put his face, all those things. So what I'm trying to ask, please, I want to know for people that know Simon Ekpa, so I'm trying to find this thing out, but up to now, nobody has cleared me about it. I want to know the village that Simon Ekpa comes from. I want to know his relatives. Let him tell us his relatives. Who are his parents? What is his village name? Where did he come from? Who are his brothers? Who are his sisters? Don't you still have relatives? Because Mazin Namdekalo always tell us that he's from so-so place, he's from so-so place. So where is Simon Ekpa from? I want to know, please. Can anybody answer me that?
Yeah, my brother, where he is from and all of that, it should not worry you, because we don't have anything to do. We don't want to. We are not. We don't go after people. So when you begin to ask questions like this, they will think that you know why I'm saying this. You know why I'm saying this. You know our people have a mindset. When you begin to ask questions like this, they'll before you know it now, they will cut this part. Say they want to know where Simon is so that they will go and attack his family.
If Simon cannot come out boldly and tell us where he come from, who are his relatives, that means he's not ready to leave Biafra.
Of course, as a prime minister, he's supposed to come give us information.
Kelechi, excuse me, information.
All right, please go on. Please go on.
You see that man asking? Let us try and understand where it's coming from. I know your explanation is good. Your explanation is correct. Because Biafrans who are very evil can go and cut that place and say, we are now looking for his family so as to go and attack him. But this young man, we all know his main reason is, who is this guy? Does he have parents? You must have a background. You must have a history where they can trace you. Not to harm you, but to know that you are one of us. You are truly a man from a Bonny state. I'm not doubting that Simon comes from a Bonny state. I'm not doubting it. I'm not doubting that he has a family. But this young man is asking, his question is very, very reasonable. Because you can trace Joe Biden from a state and a family. You can trace Buhari from Dara and a family. He has brother. You can trace P2B. He has family. He has village. He has brothers. So tracing someone is not a bad thing. It's not an evil thing.
Yeah, as our brother said also, he said Nnamdi.
Nobody knows his information. Up to today, all I see is bring one boy on social media, drinking. Have you seen Mazin Namdekalo dance before in his broadcast? This is not a tight place. This is not a tight place.
Yes. Now let's hear our comrade.
He's making noise, showing us his muscles in the gym. He's not a freedom. I don't believe in that struggle. You don't show people your muscle dancing. We are not being.
Somebody said Barrister Ejiofor sued him. Somebody said Barrister Ejiofor sued him with an address. So why still ask it again? People are very funny. Please go on.
Kelechi.
Thank you so much for that.
So thank you, our brother that just asked a question. It is very, very correct. Yes. What he's asking about, and if I know where Simon Ekpa comes from, I will even tell the guy where he comes from. But I don't. It's unfortunate that I don't know, because nobody need to have a secret in this very struggle. So what he was asking now, for me to just add something to that, was that we have a prime minister. You don't even know if he's married, if you have a wife. You know, I know if I'm in my house and I'm having a program in my house, my family sometimes come around me. I know Emeka Livingstone was in a broadcast with us last time. You saw, I think, his wife came around and walked past, and we saw her. But have anybody seen Simon Ekpa's family in his house? No. Sometimes you see his son. Maybe he's divorced, and his son always come to visit him once in a while, as my daughter do. You understand? So this is just by the side. Let me just put that by the side. So, but what I want to say is that the previous guy who called, I don't know why you people gave them so much time. Biafrans, it is time. We need to answer the questions they are asking us here diplomatically. We don't need to go to read detail for any question they ask here, because there are some questions they direct to us. I'm just saying this thing that Biafrans should listen. If you are coming to this platform to call or ask any question, there are questions you don't need to ask here. You have to direct it to Simon Ekpa. These things you are asking about proof now. about proof of the currency. Go ask Simon Ekpa about it.
Comrade, you just reminded me something now. We have been talking about these things. Simon never came out to debate.
Exactly. That is where I was going to. That is where I was going to.
Okay. Please go on. Just
so
say that.
They have to go ask Simon about these questions. So every proof we have brought in here, have Simon come out to debunk any one of them? Have he ever come out to even make broadcasts of any one of them for you to say it is not true? So why is he hiding? We spoke about it.
Now, something happened recently. He came out. He has told them that he's not going to come to debunk anything. He said, let them focus.
Yeah, but why did he come? Because of the Biafran house. Why did he come out?
That's it.
Why did he come out?
But he couldn't debunk other ones who have been
exactly
the currency and all that.
So anybody coming here to call, if you know the question you are coming here to ask is irrelevant, just go back to Simon Ekpa and ask him that question. So if Simon Ekpa brings his own proof, then you see our own proof. Because we are now countering everything that Simon Ekpa is doing. So let him come out and debunk those things.
You know what I'm going to tell them? Let Simon come out and debunk what we're saying. Then he will go to see proof. Then you're going to see whether we have proofs or not.
Exactly.
Let him come out. We're waiting for him to come out and debunk it. Why is he telling you that everybody should be focused? No need to be distracted. Because he knows he can't prove anything. Simon is someone who wants to prove with documents, wants to prove with everything. He came with amalgamation documents to read to you guys. And he's trying to prove to you that there is something called amalgamation. Why can't he come and debunk what we're saying? These are weighty allegations. Let him come out and debunk. Then I'll come out with proofs. So tell him to come and debunk it. Have you asked him a question? All you do is hail him. Tell him, call him Prime Minister. Call him so many names and hail him. You can't ask him, Simon, did this really happen? And you come here to argue, asking for proof. Thank you so much, comrade. Let's have Soronnadi back. I don't know if you have a question for him. So let's go on. Okay, you have a question?
I supposed to have a question for Soronnadi, but I also have my temper is also just equivalent to that of Soronnadi, but I know his own temperament is more than mine because he's a military guy. So this is why I respect his own side most time. So I just keep calm and know there is somebody that is more harder than me, because these people are not people you handle with a just lighty hands or something like that. It's somebody like Simon Ekpa they can deal with, who come out to run his mouth. So what I'm trying to ask Soronnadi was that we are talking about this Republic of Biafran government in exile, which Simon Ekpa went and turned around. So most of the informations that even brought Simon Ekpa to that idea of forming this government in exile was the information he got from the original Republic of Biafran government in exile, not Biafran Republic government in exile. Those were the information he's using. So now Simon Ekpa is the prime minister, whereby the original Republic of Biafran government in exile don't have a minister. So how come about Simon Ekpa brought about this issue of being a prime minister where no Biafran was involved in the election? No Biafran know when it happened. And the major issue why I'm saying this thing, and I want to direct it as a question, is why did this Republic of Biafran government in exile came up so late? They allowed Simon Ekpa so much to go deeply into these affairs before they came out, because they know everything. Simon Ekpa was with them. He had meeting with them. Why did they allow him?
Thank you so much for that question.
Nobody allowed Simon or gave him authorization. Nobody. I don't think anybody authorized or directed Simon Ekpa to assume the position of a prime minister. And that prime minister is unpopular. He is not recognized by Biafrans. No way. He's only recognized by his mob group, the people that are the peasants that swarm around him and hail him. And then he thinks he's somebody. His conduct, his actions does not depict that of a prime minister. And we...
Yes, Soronnadi, sorry for cutting you there. Let's allow this caller ask question. You're live on the program, Biafra Global Network. Please go on. You're live.
Can I talk?
Yes, please go on.
Okay. My question is to you, Kelechi.
All right.
Kelechi, are you speaking?
Yes, loud and clear. I'm here. I'm waiting for your question.
Biko Kelechi biko nwe chejo.
Okay. Okay.
Achom biko ke san ndị mmadụ biko kedu your own village kedu ebe isi na
That's not a, that question has no meaning, no sense. That's a useless question.
Ask me.
You can't ask me. Why do you want to know? I'm talking about, have you gone to ask Simon what I'm saying against him, whether it's correct? Have you gone to question Simon? You're going to ask my village. Have you gone to ask Simon that what I'm saying? Now I'm asking you simple question. Have you gone to ask Simon what? Okay, please ask. I'm listening.
Let me
ask. I'm listening.
Let me ask another question.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask another question. Okay. Kelechi, can you speak Igbo?
That is not your business. That is my private business. Biafra is not Igbo language. Biafra is for everybody. Ijo, everybody. So don't ask me about whether I can speak Igbo. That's a useless question. I thought you have something upstairs. You come here to ask useless questions. Please get out of this place. Get out of this place. I don't like all these idiots.
That is Simon, my follower. Look at your screen.
Yes. Yes.
No. Kelechi, let me just say something. You don't need to be aggressive.
No,
there is a way you. Wait. There is a way
you need to really shout on them. Because
wait. So Kelechi, there is a way you're supposed to answer this question.
Okay.
You could have asked this guy.
Okay.
How many of Biafran children are living in Lagos? Let me just use Lagos, the nearest place that are not speaking Igbo. This is just all.
And Comrade Kennedy, Comrade Ken, the other question is this idiot that is talking now. Does he know the level of sacrifice Kelechi has made for Biafra? Can this man do it? This idiot.
But why didn't he ask me the same question?
No. These are rumors they have peddled within the autopilot media group, saying that Kelechi has a foreign parent, one from Biafra, the other from foreign district. There are so many. But
Pastor, they still have somebody in their midst, which is Gaddafi. They will not go and ask him now where he comes from. They will not go and ask him now.
So the thing is,
until when they expel him, they will not come and ask him where are you coming from. But he's working with them. You see how stupid they are?
And brain dead.
Mad people everywhere.
You look at what Kelechi has contributed to the Biafran struggle and still contributing. You don't have that mental capacity. That man that is talking is an idiot because he's not as educated as Kelechi. He's not as resourceful as Kelechi. Cannot make the contribution Kelechi has made. He cannot even express himself. He cannot even reason correctly. He doesn't even make financial contribution. He's an idiot to the core. Kelechi once asked Ruby Nadi, do you know who Makani is? She says she has never heard of him. Now, this is the person of Kelechi in Biafra.
Pastor, Kelechi is like how do I call it? Like a person that they can just go and grab. Let each one of them saying this thing go to Simon and ask him a common question. Why did he expel these guys? Why did he expel these guys? Just that. Let them go there. They can't ask him. And they come here to ask questions.
And he's being so stupid that he doesn't know that you cannot expel a Biafran from being a Biafran. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Somebody saying,
I was working all this while. They never asked me where I am from. They never asked me.
No, they never did.
They never said anything.
I want to ask question. I want to ask question.
No, Soronnadi, please. We want you to answer this Onyi says thing. It says we need it to be answered. Please.
You have not given me a room to.
Please. Can we give him room? Bikonu. Let's give him room. Answer Biafrans.
Okay. The Onyi says is a medical scientist. He treats when Simon Ekpa or DOS send out our people there to confront Nigerian military, they get killed. Can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you.
They get hurt. They need somebody to take care of them. So when a doctor is treating you, he will extract information from you. How did you get hurt? Or where does it hurt you? What did you do? And these guys will start explaining to the doctor, okay, we want to administer medication on you. Have you eaten? Then the doctor will hear a lot of things. Oh, we have not eaten since 2 days. All I ate was 1 piece of bread, this and that. And then the people, you call your leaders who we are running, why they tell you, when you hear ESN, they don't know about the ESN. All they do, we send them, we are going to bring down the zoo today, tomorrow, and all that. And they're not the ones going to do that by themselves. They're going to take these guys in the forest, in the bushes, and they, give them equipment that is required to make such confrontation. When they get hurt, when you say we'll ask them, is a medical doctor. So they will know the kind of medication to administer on them and how to treat them, to know about their well-being, their affairs, their welfare. So this did not go down well with the people who are fleecing us with ESN fundraising, ESN this, ESN that. So they decreed that no commander should talk to people from America, per se. That nobody should talk to commanders on ground. That is what they mean. That is what they mean. Ordinarily, you call somebody commander and you tell him whom to talk to and whom not to talk to. That is wrong. Commanders seek for improvement. They can talk to your senators or chiefs. Hey, chief, this is the problem we are having. That is why they're called commanders. So when you say you don't know anything about military, you don't even know how to fire catapult sling, then you're controlling a command, somebody you call the commander, who goes to confront the enemy head on. So this is how they came about the Onyise will call. Why don't you give these people food? Why don't you give them what they want? Why don't you give them protection? That is how you know a patriot. That is how you know a nationalist. You understand? A patriotic person. So they didn't like it. And Onyise is temperamental too. So they have a shouting match. You need to take care of our soldiers. These are Biafran soldiers, not your pocket soldiers. Then that is how they came about the Onyise, we don't want him. This and that. Because they cannot stand the challenge of time. Like if you call Simon now and you ask him question, he'll block you off. And then you start telling people, I blocked him up because he's a criminal. You don't just call somebody criminal. Okay? The guy in question, Onyise, you cannot get to his level. Believe you me, he's a professor. He got it all. Okay? And then he is so proactive in this Biafra thing, just like you and I. That is it about Onyise. Onyise did not take anything. His money, his time, his energy, he inputs in this. There are a lot of people who are widowed or who are orphaned because of this Biafran struggle. Nobody takes care of them. There's no program for such people by the so-called Simon or the DOS. They don't do anything about it. So this Onyise, out of his pocket, caters for a lot of people, sends them to school, takes care of them. Believe you me. Sometimes I ask Onyise, how do you take care of all these things? Where you get all the money from? You know, this is it. And then these idiots come here. I tell you, if you doubt me, say ESN, I will bring your prime minister to stand and stand, let ESN surround us. And then I will address ESN, see if they're not going to flog him to death. I'm not joking. They're going to beat the hell out of him when they see me and find out that I'm the one he's calling criminal. No joke. Or let's say address Biafrans to know who's telling the truth. You don't know. There's a lot of things you don't know. A lot of things. The crime we did was do it the right way. There's a way to do this. Do it. Look, it's not like we're suggesting. You say, do it this way. It's not like we are thinking. Show us evidence. We bring it, say, this is how it is done. They refuse. You understand?
If I will add something to Soronnadi, our people are saying that Onyise, I think I'm correct. I think Onyise is his name. They are saying that he was suspended and excommunicated the way Simon Ekpa always do. So this is just what we want you to clarify our people.
I just said that.
So
he had problem. He was asking them, why don't you take care of soldiers? They went and lied to our leader that they don't want people from America to meddle in the affairs of ESN. And ESN cannot function without help from America. So our leader, in order to please them, to appease them, he told them, okay, don't meddle. You are suspended now. But later on, guess what? Exactly. They cannot function with who else? Which other medical doctor is taking care of our wounded ESN members? Somebody call out any other medical doctor.
So when Mazen Andrekanu came out and said that he's suspended, was there any other discussion after that with Onyise?
Yes, he called Onyise in the back. Let me put it. That's what you were all your. I don't want to say things. You understand?
No, you have to say it. You have to say it.
I don't want to put our leader down. Our leader called him and apologized to him. I'm not joking.
You have to say it. You have to say it.
Yeah, no. Don't dig out things from me. Because I don't want all these people to know a lot of things.
No, this one they should know. If after knowing this they keep arguing, it shows how wicked, devilish, satanic, and demonic they are.
When our leader figured out he made a mistake and that these people lied to him, he called Onyise. I know what you stand for. Please disregard what I say. Have you had Onyise complain or come to debunk or to say this? He kept his cool. Since that time, what is the help? What help? The help, the degree of help, assistance, commitment that Onyise is rendering to this struggle. Onyise was a Biafran veteran. He fought in the Biafran war. You don't need to know that. That is somebody will expect from Biafra.
Hello.
And then, Soronnadi, besides, they are talking.
Yes, I can hear
IPOB has collected money for 2 years. We don't have a lawyer for Onyendu up to today. What do you have to say concerning that? We don't have a lawyer for Onyendu.
Please just hold on. Let's listen to him again. He wants to ask us more questions. Okay, please go on.
Okay, my question goes to Mr. Soronnadi, please. Mr. Soronnadi, please, I wanted to know, there was a time last year, you and your Omada group, you organized a fundraising in USA, and it was a total failure. This is my first question. I wanted to know, why was it a failure?
Okay.
Our second question is this. Soronnadi, can't you organize and name your group and fight for Biafra liberation without naming Simon or calling Simon out on every day? Can't you guys do that and stop calling on Simon? Why is it not possible? Number 3 question is, you already made us to know that there is a Biafran house existing somewhere in USA. Okay, why don't you guys concentrate on that, your Biafran house, and leave Simon's Biafran house alone? Simon's Biafran house has been established. Okay, it's not all and all. I can establish my own Biafran house. If I can convince people to follow me, that so be it.
I would have loved to answer, but let's run the answer.
Let me fighting someone that has already
all right, my brother, just listen.
Let me land.
You're explaining. You have the question. Just hold on. Let me
fighting someone that has already convinced people.
All right.
Try to convince people.
Please, can you hold on? Let him answer.
It's a game of conviction. Because I don't believe there's any rant from today to 1 million years can sway people to your side.
Hold on, calm down and listen to the answer. You're only explaining. You are giving your views now.
Kelechi, can you cut off that phone?
No, don't cut him off. Don't cut him off.
You are giving your views now. Please listen to the answer. You are only telling us about what you are only telling. You are now giving answer to yourself. So please listen to Soronnadi answer. I wanted to answer, but he was going to answer you fine. So listen.
The second question I would like to answer for Soronnadi.
No, don't answer for me.
Let's
you can add. You can add, but don't answer.
They may contribute.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Caller, you sound so embittered, and this your temperament, your attitude is a negative one. That means if given to Biafra, you mishandle Biafra. You said the launching we made, fundraising we had was a failure. How did you come about that? How do you come about that our fundraising was a failure?
Yes.
Maybe because
was the treasurer.
And then the fundraising was not for ESN. Does that ring a bell in your ears? It was not for ESN fundraising. Did we say ESN fundraising? It wasn't. We made over $25,000 in that. How about that? Is that failure to you? Is that what do you describe as failure? So in your mind, we failed. Did we complain? We did not. So you two, you have failed in your observation. Again, what was the second question? Please, somebody remind me the second question.
I think Comrade Ken wanted to answer that question. So, Comrade, what was
I will just give him the question. He said, why are we ranting on social media, accusing Simon Ekpa, attacking him, and why can't we just
now
organize ourselves and do our own thing?
Okay, you are a man in dilemma or dilemma. You go to fight evil. You stumble. You end up becoming the evil that you went to fight against. So it's a shame on you. You are sitting on a fence. Don't know the yardstick of putting your question straight. You wanted to sound like you are educated, but believe you me, you went at you were schooled at Olako High School. Okay? Yeah, Olako High School. That's the way they did.
Lord have mercy. I don't know whether Ken want to say add to that question.
No, I've not answered him.
Okay.
You use the word. You see men like this who set up a platform like you say they are ranting. Ranting. And to you now, you are educated. You want to ask. Now, Simon Ekpa goes by if you use the word, if you want to set up something for yourself, by yourself, don't add Biafra to it. If you add Biafra to it, people will come. You understand? That thing is a burning hard in everybody's heart. So once you say Biafra, it's your call, you are inviting the public. And when they answer your call, don't ask, did I invite you here? Okay?
Such persons, that's why we have a national reorientation program. You know, Nigeria has done a lot of damage to the psyche of people like this. That is why you see people exhibiting lunacy.
Pastor, you know, I wanted to add something to that question.
Okay,
please, don't condemn Olako High School.
No.
Don't condemn Olako High School.
Olako. Let's hear you, Comrade Ken.
Yeah, what I just wanted to say is that some people who came up in a platform to ask some questions, I always see them like people who are eating through their anus. I don't eat through their mouth. So because why I say this, I know it may be so harsh talking to people this way. Why these people don't go ask Simon Ekpa, why did he even attempt to attack the DOS after Onyendu was arrested?
Exactly.
Why did they go? Why did Simon Ekpa and we supported him to go against the DOS?
Very well.
So why is he coming here to ask us this question? So if Simon Ekpa is doing something wrong, we just need to keep quiet and go down and allow him to destroy Biafra. I think this person don't have something in his brain.
That notwithstanding, it was Simon Ekpa who came calling us criminals. What we are setting up, we didn't involve him. We didn't call his name.
My God.
He's the one who flashed our pictures. This man, I gaze, you reason from your anus. You need emergency mental resetting. This Simon Ekpa, you didn't know me about before. You didn't hear anything about Simon. It was Simon Ekpa who came firing at people without provocation. He told me that this was photoshopped, that we are here eating and celebrating, that we are scamming the people, and that we are criminals. You heard him say that. And then you don't beat up a child and tell the child not to cry.
Exactly.
That is why. Then he come out with this Ibu Al-Haji scheme that he got a house in the United States. And then it is all a lie. And you buy a man like you who posed to be an angel of light, but you are full of darkness. You are a whitewashed tomb. You are full of all carcass and smelly shit in you. You don't want nothing. You are a good for nothing cassava man. Okay? You don't come here, want to speak grammar. Don't let me get you. I'll point out all your teeth from your mouth. And then that'll tell you that I'm real.
Let me add to that. You see, our people are very strange. We are bringing up to you that Simon has done this. This is a government. This is a nation. Allegations are brought before the person who calls himself a prime minister, even before he became the so-called prime minister. Now, what does a leader do? To be accountable, you come to the public space to clear your name. What? And again, the annoying thing is that it seems like our people think this is family meeting. Somebody you say is your prime minister also is being accused of some certain things. In advanced nation, for instance, Trump was accused that in 2016 he actually gave money to a prostitute or something to do some campaigning or something for him. Today he was, last week or 2 weeks ago, he was in New York. Sorry, California. Is it New York? Yes, New York. The first president of the United States to stand trial, a criminal trial. To stand as to be indicted as a criminal. Oh,
no. These people reason from their anus. That is why to them, someone. Look, let me tell you something, Kelechi. These wicked people, God will judge them. They are already positioning Simon. They don't believe Onyendu will come out.
That's it.
Someone has told you that what he achieved in 2 years, Onyendu couldn't achieve it in 10 years.
That's an insult.
Invariably, that is an indictment.
In 15 years, he said, in 15 years.
Now, whatever Simon achieved in 2 years, Simon had our backing. Onyendu was being jeopardized by those that
let me say this.
And he did not achieve, he did not achieve more than Onyendu in 2 years. Pastor, so Simon is strategically putting it into the minds of the people.
Pastor, you are still saying something wrong. You are still saying something wrong here. Simon has not achieved anything. We asked people yesterday on Twitter Space. We said,
exactly.
Tell us one thing.
Nothing.
None of them could answer that question.
All the promises he made have all failed. All Simon succeeded in achieving is to building a platform and eating the money meant for ESN, converting it to his personal use. Those were his achievements.
Let me tell you something. Do you know that this Simon is clannish? In Nigerian concept, we say tribalistic. Tribal. This guy calls his Abakaleke people to support him, that he's one of them, that they should not support the rest.
Okay.
The so-called success.
Now somebody's going to ask me for evidence. If I open my phone and give you voice notes from Simon, I'm not going to believe it.
He's clannish.
The so-called success that Simon is using, joining with forces with Butuzo and all of that to kill our people, is from Simon's village.
How did he know about Butuzo? He got to know Butuzo from me.
Okay, please let them know. He knew Butuzo from you. So people just now see this now. Now the same people, we are talking about issues that have to do with accountability. Somebody's coming to ask me, where are you from? Speak Igbo. Speak. Lord have mercy. Are we okay? So it has become a ridicule. It has become a ridicule. Now this is the same person. Now let me tell people this. Let me tell you something. Do you know that Simon intentionally allowed YouTube to block his channel so that he would use it as a narrative to cajole Biafrans to come back to his station, his Enter Biafra, and then use the funds of IPOB to boost that stuff. Remember the other time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told him to do something about building some platforms for Biafra. He gave the bill of $50,000, which means that for him to now have okay, you want to say something?
Yes, somebody's writing here. So Simon was, Simon doesn't need to be put down. He needs to be mowed down. He needs to be tied.
Honestly.
And be frozen up.
Apart
He's
from
blocking
that,
the way of real people to come into the struggle.
Apart from that, when Biafra comes, we shall take him to court.
Definitely.
For calling me a criminal and an idiot.
He will be court-martialed. He'll be taken to a military court.
That one is a promise. When Biafra comes, I will personally make sure I take Simon to court.
Talking about Simon. This is not about sentiment. This is not about sentiment.
I'll take him to court.
I'll have lots of evidences against Simon. I've told him several times. I've copied him and told him we are going to face the law. I have lots of evidence.
This guy came out calling me criminal. What did I do?
All those people he called criminals without evidences. He knows how to bring evidences about Nigeria, but he doesn't know how to bring evidences about people he's calling criminals. But he knows how to bring evidences about Ejiofor. But he cannot bring evidences about Soronnadi, about Pastor Livingston.
What about the elderly woman Simon Ekpa insulted?
Of course. He doesn't know how to bring evidences about
even when he was apologizing, it was with reluctance because we convinced him that he has erred. He said, anyway, okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Look at the arrogance. Look at the arrogance. You can, educational, academically speaking, you can't even come 1/10, 1/50th within that woman's level of education. I mean, even her son or her daughter, you can't even financially, you can't stand these people. In terms of resourceful, we praised you. We praised you because we were standing against DOS. We praised you because we were laundering your image. It didn't mean that we didn't know you had shortcomings. We're just praising you so that you could get the requisite leverage to help get Biafra. But when we understood that you had alternate idea, ambition that was contrary to Biafra, we spoke against it. That's just the same. And you went and you keep... Look, let's clarify this thing, Kelechi. Some idiots said, one young lady came out, she runs a vlog, and she said she respects Pastor Livingstone. One other idiot too is travel vlog. And other idiots, they said that they listened to that question over and over again. The man just asked Simon, who funds the organization? You see, their ears have problems. And it was brought again. If you just listen once, you'll understand. The man asked him, who funds you and your organization? Idiots who can't. Today, it doesn't have an organization. He's building up his own militia that he has asked Butu, so all of them should gather and take a new oath, apart from the oath Onyendu has given. Is that ESN?
Now,
no.
Pastor, the question is this. The question is this. Why would Simon ask for another oath?
Another oath. And he's using money that he collected in the name of ESN to fund his own militia. These wicked, devilish idiots who cannot think straight. She had the temerity to ask me and say, why did I tell Simon that the man didn't say who is funding you? That she had it several... even the girl speaking English on that vlog, you see that she's dead mentally. Her brain... Her education
Simon Ekpa, what is that thing he launched one day? Simon Ekpa launched something, security apparatus for Biafra on M branch. Where are they? He used the computer-generated images, and they said that they were wearing something like navy blue and white, and all that. Where are they? And then openly, in broad daylight, you open your eyes, and this guy is digging you from the back, and then you're accepting it. Oh, Simon, yeah.
We because of time, I would want us to round off now because there are so many questions we can still ask, and there are so many things that have to be said about this whole thing. But of course, we are here to watch Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's back, and that's the purpose of what we're doing, to make sure that everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have set up will not be destroyed by greedy, selfish, and self-centered people. We are here to watch that, and we are here to make sure that the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is stabilized and move forward. continually and continuously. Nobody can stop it. And I tell you, just like you have heard from this platform, we are ready to expose anything exposable. If someone has anything about anybody, come, let him bring the evidences about anybody.
How did he hijack the ESN? Who will ESN to him? Who gave him the charge of ESN to be in charge of ESN? How did he go? I mean,
how did he win? How did he win DOS? Is it not by exposing them? He exposed and exposed and exposed and exposed. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
By the fact,
the ESN matter, the ESN issue was from Soronnadi. That's how we came to know about the ESN.
Of course. If people don't know, look at when you talk about ESN. With which someone is talking blah 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 blah.
Let him bring one of the ESN commanders to address us. No. If they see him, if they catch him, I'm not joking.
Or let him ask ESN commanders.
ESN commander catch him.
If they know Soronnadi,
he's a gunner.
Let him go and ask ESN commanders if they know Soronnadi. Let him go and ask them. Idiots. And another thing is that
the Prime Minister, Ibu Al-Haji.
Why is it that we don't have a lawyer for IPOB today, for Onyendu, for all the money collected? Why? These wicked people, these wicked followers don't even ask that. And Onyendu's life is in danger. They have already placed Simon to replace Onyendu. Remember that tape that came out, that you must defend and protect Simon. Somebody was telling me that tape came from Azuka. I don't know how true. Somebody was telling me that it was Azuka that got somebody that said that thing to post it.
I believe
now,
it.
Azuka,
I don't know whether that is true.
Azuka is the defense minister, now in charge of ESN.
Yes, that's right. a whole nation of 70 million people.
Madam Bia Palo.
That's the person
in charge
who
of
is
ESN.
Running the defense, and she choose to give you and not to give you, whom to give and not to give. Today, ESN is in disarray. One of them, do you know? One of them called me this morning.
Pastor.
I don't know how they managed to contact me. And I don't, one of them called me this morning. Some of them said he didn't know them. And one of those he sent into our platform to come and spy. There were two. One is called Holy Ghost. And the other one. Now, he said that none of their commanders came. But the video, the voice note clip said, two of the commanders were giving him a report on the spy mission he sent. And now he turned around and said, wherever you are, I am there. But he said he didn't send any of his members, that they are not interested. But he will send them. He will deny and agree. Approbate and reprobate. Just him alone. He came out and called us illiterates.
Somebody told us where Simon was in a demonstration or rally for IPOB. He went, that Saul went to take prisoners of IPOB in Hamburg, in Germany, to support his clansman, Ekweremadu. He saw he could not stand the heat. He ran away and then came through the back door to join IPOB. All of a sudden, he's the prime minister. Anybody? I wish I can catch any of you here.
You know, this person we are talking about. This person we are talking
about.
Go and
watch my videos all over the world. Campaigning
I don't even know
for IPOB.
So I don't even know Simon Ekpa before. If he was in Germany here with Ekweremadu, I don't even recognize him because we were there in that happened in Nuremberg, Germany. So we were all there. We stoned them with egg and everything. So I didn't even recognize Simon Ekpa because I don't know him. I don't know who he is. You understand? So what I'm just trying to say is that our pastor here raised a very important something here now, that Simon Ekpa told us from the beginning. They argued this thing out with Nelly during the time of Nelly and everything. They insulted themselves. Who is a doctor? Who is not a doctor? Who is a lawyer? Who is not a lawyer? I'm just telling the followers of that Ekperima today. If Simon Ekpa is a lawyer, what is holding Simon Ekpa not to search for a lawyer? And number two, if Simon Ekpa is saying that Finland government, where he's living, is supporting him in this very struggle, why can't Finland government and lawyers in Finland, as he go and bring these media people, he said they came to interview him, why can't they make a provision of a very serious lawyer that will go for the case of Onyendu? You both don't know. This time I start realizing some things I don't know before. That Simon Ekpa is working with the Nigerian government. What people were saying before, I didn't believe. Now
Yes.
I really believe.
Why not raise a lawyer?
Nigerian government made Simon Ekpa to go disarm Ejiofor, even if Ejiofor committed those crimes that he said about or whatever. I don't care. But they used him to destroy Ejiofor, so Nnamdi Kanu will be left alone with nobody. This is what they did. Sometimes we should go and reason. Why did he fight Ejiofor? After fighting Ejiofor and all the lawyers, he just come and left Nnamdi Kanu on the wilderness. Why? And their followers are not asking him these questions. All they come is come in a program and start chanting and ranting their mouth.
Comrade, we have been talking about the issue of Simon because we have a plan and program for that. But Simon went and destroyed Ejiofor without providing a lawyer for the replacement. He left Nnamdi Kanu defenseless. He claimed to be a lawyer. He has Finnish government behind him, according to him. He cannot get a Finnish person to be part of it. He even went after Bruce Fein. After going after Bruce Fein, he disappears. So these things, I don't know why people don't reason. But the truth about it is that whatever you want to call it, we are here to expose someone. If you like, call it bring down. That's your business. But the problem that you people have is that you people always think that somebody must be fronted. Somebody must be in front of you, and you look at the person, somebody's leading us. No, that's not how you're going to get Biafra. You can't get Biafra by somebody's leading us. Now, you must get Biafra by you fighting for yourself and being part of it. And that is why the plan we have now will involve you. And for us to achieve that, we have to tell you the truth. The same thing Simon did when he had to, when we discovered DOS was wrong, we all came out to make sure that we expose DOS to you people, these DOS members. We expose them so that you can understand, and then you can now follow this template of Simon, or the template we have in Simon, which is of course the template of Nnamdi Kanu. So without us telling you about them, without us exposing DOS and their evil, and of course with the exposition of Simon doing that, Simon was all over the place talking about DOS and exposing them, and told you that by the end of 2021, and by December or so, I've forgotten the date. He said by then we are going to carry a vote, and then we are going to end their matter, February or so, 2022. And that was when we ended that matter. And after much exposition on them, he proved his case very well. Now we are proving our cases against him very well. So don't come here and say gossip.
And please don't forget what Ken said. Yes. If Biafrans love Onyendu, why is it that they have not gotten a lawyer to stand in for Onyendu up to now? They have been raising money. If all that money, even, listen, let me tell you the truth. If all the money raised were directed, even just to take care of ESN members and then raise a lawyer for Onyendu without any other thing, that would have been an achievement.
Oh my God.
It would have been an achievement. So the question Ken is putting, which I am backing up, is this. Why not get a lawyer? You are a lawyer, you understand what it means. That's what you said, I believe you. Why not raise a lawyer for Onyendu? If not that you are planning that Onyendu will exit this thing and you take over Biafra. Within 2 years of your being a spokesperson, you have raised a government-appointed minister. Onyendu have worked for 15 years. He never appointed anything. See ambition.
Let me shock you, Pastor. Let me shock you. You know, I watched the program of Ngozi Orabueze yesterday.
Okay.
That one talking like a chicken. You can't even. I look at her and say, this one is a person who will come and be a minister in Biafra land. You know.
And the Morons were very happy.
You know what she said? You know what she said? Ngozi Orabueze said she's not a minister. Go mark this thing. Go watch that very program very well. She called a name of a minister for health.
Yes.
That she's just a member. And also for oil and gas, that she's not a minister. That she's just a member. So where are the ministers? If they have appointed ministers, where are they? So if she's just a board member, she's just a member in the oil and gas. So who is the minister for oil and gas?
Somebody just wrote here. His name is Okpala Lawrence Emeka. He said, you people are a disgrace. Just to admit Simon Ekpa as the head in place of MNK is sad for you people. I told you. Check others before you. I'm telling you. Look at the man's name here. Look at it. Look at it here.
to accept him in the place of Onyendu. That means Onyendu is gone.
That's the point.
But we will never allow Onyendu to go down. Onyendu will never go down.
When Chukwudi Okoji was asking him, did you say admit Epa as head in the place of Onyendu? Is Kanu dead? Look at it, brothers. I'm not clapping.
Yes,
this is how
there is
these people are wicked. All that Onyendu has done for them. God will judge. I don't want to say punish. God will judge all of you. You are wicked people. You have strategically placed Simon to take over from Onyendu, that he will die there. You think God in heaven will see? I don't want to say anything.
Okay, I want to respond to somebody here. He said no Biafra, no election. Soronnadi, your fundraising failed woefully. You couldn't raise more than 2,000. My brother, I'm sorry that my fundraising failed. Very sorry. Maybe one day, at least it was not a ESN fundraising, but very sorry to offend you by the failure of my fundraising. Sorry about that. Any other thing?
But Soronnadi, Pastor, hold on. If this guy says that you only could be able to raise $2,000, so can that guy tell us how much Simon Epa raised in his fundraising?
Okay.
I am sorry, please, my brother.
My own is this. They said we are driving a $500 vehicle. That's what Simon said. So Simon's ministers, please go and tell your guy they should upgrade. I need a vehicle of $25,000 because since 500 is otherwise. This 500 is what they drive in America here. A lot of them that pass on the road is this $500 vehicle.
But it's okay. I also pleaded with them, please. I'm a poor man. You know? Even the bicycle, make on a buy for me.
It's not as I did for this my apartment. Make Simon come bring money pay every month. Why they pay? Make Simon
go rider.
Yes.
Look at your mentality. Your leader. Your prime minister.
Idiotic people. Do you know how much I pay for a flat? You know how much an apartment costs in America? A 3-bedroom apartment. You know how much it costs? Idiot.
I want to also tell those ones who said that I'm from Sokoto. Please, I want to become a Biafra citizen. Help me.
Come to your house.
You need the visa. You need the passport. You need the passport. We have to give you a passport.
Honestly, I need.
Hey, no, in 2 months' time. You know? In 29 days' time, something will happen in Biafra land. In 29 days, start counting. After 150 days.
By the 17th of this month, if Onyendu is not allowed medical treatment, there'll be consequences. Today is what? Today is 20.
Today is 24th.
So let's give it to the end of the month. At least it will take 13 days. 13 days for him to do his action against. In fact, I am praying that the Nigerian government will be afraid for the sake of Onyendu's life. Be afraid of that threat and give him medical treatment.
My brother here who says I'm a criminal. Please make you come catch me.
They will send Gaddafi. Gaddafi is
catch me as a criminal.
They send Gaddafi after you. He's the policeman.
Gaddafi is in the police department.
I'm the criminal.
Let me give you an information, Ken. I know you know it. You know, it is demeaning for me to start calling his name now because I don't deal with them, the whole of them. I just took out a hand and talk to because they are just. I'm not underrating anybody, but they are just a bunch of morons. I'm talking to their principal at my level. Yeah, exactly. But let me just mention the name of this miscreant. There was a lady in America here in Texas. She's friendly with me and Gaddafi. She called me on phone and told me that she has not slept all through the night, that her health is not good. I said, why? That Gaddafi is the problem. That Gaddafi's document, Gaddafi told me personally, I just want to use that lady as an example, as a witness. Anything I'm telling you is true. It's true. So the lady said, Gaddafi needs $500 for him to regularize his document so that he can get a job in South Korea or whatever, or Singapore, or whatever. And that please, she was begging me, use your office talked to Azuka that she said if she had the money, she would have raised it, that she couldn't sleep all through the night. Why would they drive Gaddafi from that place? If they deport him, they'll send him to the zoo and they'll kill him there. The lady was innocently begging for help. And when I woke, when she told me that thing in the morning, it's a lady I respect so much. She's about 60 years plus. I took my phone and called Azuka and said, we'll be here doing freedom fighting. And people who are working very hard for this movement will die. We don't know. She said, who? I said Gaddafi. That Gaddafi did not tell me to come and meet you to ask money, but I know his problem. It's somebody else who told me. And I have this burden in my heart. We need to raise money and give to Gaddafi. Before they will throw him from Singapore or whatever, South Korea or whatever, and then send him to zoo and they kill him. And Azuka agreed. After many times. In fact, on one occasion, we're gathered in the platform. I reminded Simon, Kelechi, you remember when Simon made a comment that I keep talking about this Juliet and the girl. And that then somebody said she's my girlfriend. I think it was 247. And I asked him, do you have a problem if she's my girlfriend? Or do you have any problem?
Yeah.
I'm in America here. Do you know how many girlfriends I have? Even though I'm a pastor, you can go and hang. I am not doing that matter. You don't know what I do behind. So because no, I'm just using it as a joke. Look, yeah. So I told him, is there anything wrong if I have a girlfriend? Is it your problem? So Simon now told Gaddafi, okay, we'll give you whatever you want. I called Gaddafi behind. I said, I told Azuka 500, and you are telling me what you need is 1,005. Now Simon said they will give you whatever I want. Go and tell them to give you $1,000. You have problem. I was talking this in hoping that my brother was in trouble and needed help. Do you know that the money that was given to Gaddafi, it was not used to do any document in South Korea. It was the 419 she played Ifeanyi Biko. She paid part of the money with that $500. Do you? When I was hujjad.
Pastor, when you were pushing for that money, I was just laughing.
Yes,
because I know he was owing Ifeanyi Biko.
But nobody told me. Nobody told me. If they had told me, I would have stopped. I was just watching. It's a brother. He's a Biafran. He cannot be in trouble. I can't be here and watch it. I troubled Azuka until Azuka brought out the money and gave to Gaddafi $500 only for me to hear.
Madam, if he gave him 17th of
he's
December,
the policeman of Biafra.
17th of December. I remember when you were putting that, when you told Simon that thing was I think first or second week of December 2022. So Simon now said, okay, they're going to do anything. That's anything Gaddafi wants, he should tell them.
I went and told Gaddafi should ask for $1,000.
Yes. So
but
as
let me
given to Gaddafi, I knew that he was going to give it to Ifeanyi. I now called him Alpha. He said Gaddafi just paid her 300,000. There's remaining 300,000. That is.
It was you that told me now that money was.
I laughed.
I said I've been taken for a ride. Can you imagine?
Emeka Livingstone, that's what I want to tell you people now. You know, we are just getting our fun, but telling the Biafrans the truth, because I'm just laughing over all these issues. What I want to say is that Biafrans have to just listen to this. If this kind of things can happen in the cabinet of Simon Ekpa, did Simon Ekpa or Madam Azuka or anybody in that cabinet seek any concept from the Biafran before they use the Biafran fund? No. Did they tell anybody that they are taking money before Azuka could take $500 and give to what you call his name, Gaddafi? Don't you know that it is the same way Madam Azuka can take $1 million and put inside her own conto?
Exactly.
Because nobody asked questions. Nobody asked questions.
That she puts her money, that Biafra owes her. Most of these commanders that money because you know, one day Azuka told me that every conversation I have with her, that her phone is designed in a way that if you have conversation with her, it's recording. I said, really?
Oh.
That was when my eyes got open. I said, oh, so how did you discuss it recording? And I wasn't ashamed because I've never said anything. I said, thank God, you know.
Hey folks, I know I'm not controlling your program, but if you can, you know, ease up so we can go our daily business.
Yes, we're running off now. In fact, Conan View told me that we shouldn't exceed 3 hours, but because we just have to say some stuff, I just had to, you know, just allow, you know, sometimes you just have to really, from these jokes and all of that, we actually bring out the truth for Biafrans to listen, because it's very necessary but I want to advise the member of the Department of Police, Gaddafi, please go and pay Madam Ifi the extra 300,000 you're owing her. You have
please
to
go and do it for the sake of your name, your reputation,
as
and
the man
honor.
in charge of security of Biafra, according to your Prime Minister, you have to make sure you lead by example.
Yes.
Madam Ifi, you're still owing her 300,000, which is about $500. Please go and pay her the money so that you can now start your arresting those people who are owing other people. So that you have the local standing to arrest those who are owing other people.
Honestly speaking,
I want to thank you, Biafrans, for those of you who have been here listening to the truth. I want to thank those of you who have listened constructively to know and to dissect things with a mind not made up, but a mind free and a mind that is willing to listen and at the same time assess information constructively. And I want to thank those also who are here, who are e-frogs, jumping here and just doing what they have to do as their job and as their responsibility is in the e-frog business. So I want to appreciate everyone. For those who want other people to hear the information.
Hold on. Somebody is laying curse on us. Let us curse him.
No. The Bible says that if I curse and the man dies, I do
until Simon bring go Biafra.
Before we go, I wanted to play this. I don't know why it's not playing through the Bluetooth. I don't know. Anytime I connect, because I have one phone that gave me a problem that switches and trips on and trips off. You know, so I just know I've just put it on now so that I could receive the calls, and it's tripped off and tripped on. So it's now caused this other phone not to come through the Bluetooth. I wanted to play Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's voice so that I will remind those people who are thinking of killing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and who want Simon to take over, so that they can hear what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said and to judge for themselves if Simon is actually doing what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. I gave an analogy yesterday on when a father gives an instruction. People want to kill me. When they want to kill me, when they do this to me, they have been threatening me. If they do anything to me, carry out this action. And after the father gives that instruction, the same people who threaten the father deals with the father, and he gets to hospital. The father is in hospital. The son and the children he gave instructions to carry out the assignment refused to do that. Rather, the first son, as Simon claims to be the first son now begins to share the family property and now assumes the position of the father and tells them that he is now the father. He now begins to tell those people who dealt with the father, go and treat the man in hospital because he feels that they will not treat him and all of that. So I want to play this voice to them so that they'll hear what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. I wish the Bluetooth can play it out, but let me use the phone direct on the speaker, see how it's going to work. Please listen.
That ain't working. Okay, folks, I'm gonna be going now. See you some other time.
Yes, Soronnadi, we greet you.
Thank you.
Yes, Soronnadi, please just give us 5 minutes. We'll round up now. Please, just 5 minutes. It will be through now. Yeah, that's an order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Any day you wake up and you hear that I've been arrested, burn Nigeria down. He said that. So now let's do our closing remark, 1 minute each, so that we can round off and go. Please, comrade, over to you. Just 1 minute. Say something to Biafrans. Then we round up.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here again today. Biafrans, you people will know more about me. I don't need to say much. People who knows me knows who I am. So what I'm just trying to say is that in respect of the voice you just played now, our people made a parable and said, a son that his father sent to go and steal When he gets to the door, he kicks it with his foot. So our leader have told us what to do. What do we supposed to do? We're supposed to carry out that action, but that action is not being made. So this is why we came up to set the record straight, so we can get Onyendo out and bring the ESN together. This is just what I have for our people. We are not here for gossip. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Soronnadi, please just for 1 minute and then.
Yeah, thank you. We came in today's program to clear the air. That a wise man hears and becomes wiser. Those who have ears, let them hear. Those who have eyes, let them see. You know, don't let yourself to be used. Don't let your brain to be used. You know, wherever you're going, take your brain along with you. Don't keep your brain in the house. And you go there, they stuff your head with empty stuff. So be reasonable. Be courageous. You understand? We're not fighting anybody. And then on the other way around, we don't expect anybody to fight us. Don't fight me and expect not to be not to receive the same amount of measure. But what is there is this. This is not the place to plan how to get our leader out. We don't plan it here in the social media like this. This is not a place where we plot how to get our own group to fight for Biafra. You don't know what is playing behind the scene. We are bringing to light the hidden truth.
That's right.
But in the out of the darkness must come to light. There must be light out of the darkness so that people will see. For if what is happening in the darkness, if they reveal it in the light, a lot of people will be running away. That is what they are. Thank you all.
Thank you so much for that. Pastor, just 1 minute and then 1 minute to pray to close this. Pray for Mazen Abikan 1 minute and then.
Thank you, Biafrans. My prayer will go according to my message now. Onyendo has been there now for 2 years, and for almost 2 years we've been generating funds. There is no lawyer representing Onyendo. If you are a true Biafran and you love Onyendo, ask that he be represented. I need to Kotrega, my money is there, your money is there. So that should be a priority. Onyendo needs a lawyer. We're told that 1 million will be given to Onyendo's feeding every time. I don't know how far that one is going, but let's talk about the lawyer first.
2 million.
If you're a true Biafran, demand that. If you really trust, if you really love Onyendo, if you really believe he's the one, if you have not betrayed Onyendo already and transferred your faithfulness, loyalty to another person, ask. Money has been made from our contribution. Let there be a lawyer for Onyendo so that we'll know where he is. We don't know his condition right now, and we're not happy if you're a true Biafran. Father, we thank you, O God. We are very grateful for the privilege to once again come out to talk. Lord, we wish nobody evil, but we want the truth to be revealed. And it is only the truth that can make us free from whether bondage to Fulani or the government of Nigeria or any person whom we think is with us. We ask, oh God, that you turn the hearts of Biafrans. Let your spirit begin to touch them to start thinking, critical thinking, and asking questions. Let the truth be revealed, because it is only in the truth that we shall be free, that we shall get Biafra. I pray, Lord, that your mercy stand with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for the sake of your name. Because if you had wanted him dead, he would have died long ago in Kenya. But your word says, I know the thoughts I have for you, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. May this thought which you have come to pass in the life of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Bring him out, O God. For the coming out of Nnamdi Kanu, Lord, will be a glorious manifestation of your power, according to the prophecy he gave, that when Biafra comes, we shall give you glory. He shall be there to do it. Thank you, O God, for us here and others who are committed to this struggle. Bless the work of their hands, sustain their families, open doors for them, prevent them from evil, deliver them from all powers of darkness, And let your mercy upon Biafra never fade. So that, oh God, we shall stand as a nation to worship you and be free and give you glory. Thank you, Lord. Dismiss us with your grace and manifold blessings. We shall gather again to your praise. In Jesus' holy name, Yeshua HaMashiach, we pray. Amen.
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 Amen. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you all, and we're going to be your way again to talk more on what concerns all of us. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
God bless. God bless you, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, Casey, see you.
All right.
So then, Kelechi, then we link up.
Yes, we do. We do that. We do that. Thank you all. Stay blessed and stay safe. Thank you.